Yeah, we find her, the beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. So I got so the remix.
DMB, Tux Bites, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give you the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes, I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I'ma call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very, very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us on your radio, turn up your stereo. It's beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shorty, what's worth of a lady. It's nice but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time. Within took a long fine eye. I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. It was right at the bus station. I tried to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so charmed. I felt the sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it by. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, a killing eye. I found me a beautiful girl.
My wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe. Shaped like a cocoa bottle with a smile of a queen. My queen to be, you my destiny. Got a body of a goddess with your beauty. I'm impressed and I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk, she must be from the planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger, we look good together. Take your place in my heart with your beauty. I'ma say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love?
Such the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep staring in her eyebrows. All I kept on saying is wow. Your beauty shines and breeze at night. All I really want in my life. Oh yeah. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing tie. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl. What beautiful girl, yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money. You seen her? Hot Ice. Have you seen her? LP. Have you seen her? I'ma go over to Tux Bites. I know you've probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux, it's DMB, baby. Look.
Beautiful.
I look for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time, I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace several presents and gifts. Call me Santa Claus. I make a heartbeat pause. That's my girl, homeboy, not yours. The girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me ass and culture. I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'ma go get her. Since I'm a go getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world. Anything for my beautiful girl.
Psych. Ooh. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing
miss your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Man of prestige. Ha! Now this guy win. Now you win. Now you win today. Now you win. Now you win. I agree. Man of prestige. Now man you be.
I'm sure some people will be jealous now the way I talk about Ola. But I have learned a lot from him. That's why I keep telling you to follow him. If you don't follow Man of Prestige, now you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. What's going on? This is Ola coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. D-Love, how far are you there? Good to see you. Welcome back. Do me a favor, as you're coming in, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we do go live. Today we have a big show. I hope you're ready. Yes, we have a big show. We're in pre-launch of the brand new book. Okay, we're in pre-launch. Do me a favor. Help me shout out some of our sponsors here. We have Mo Fresh, we have Richie, we have Life with Natu, Adesua, Film Girl, Tima, Show Mama, Gorex Corner, and of course D-Love. I appreciate you. Do me a favor, as you're coming in, hit that like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we do go live. If you haven't done so, you can download the books for free. Okay, of course we have the brand new one coming out December 30. Are you ready? Yeah, we're literally 20 days away from launch. But you can download this one for free right now at loveandprestige.com. Okay, loveandprestige.com. You can download that absolutely for free. Also, you can see the other versions like Kindle, audiobook, all of that. You know, Kindle, Amazon. You want to order the physical book to your house, you can also do the same thing. All right. So yes, today we're looking for a sponsor. Okay, so if you want to be a sponsor for the show, our goal this month is $200. Okay, we're up to $55. Yes. Okay, that's from $44 last show. So if you want to, the super chat button with the dollar sign is right next to the video. You can do that at any point in time. Also, if you want to join behind the scenes shows, you want to be notified when we do go live by yours truly, you can just join us on WhatsApp. That's lola.com/WhatsApp. All right. So yes, today we do have a fantastic show. We do have a special guest. We have two special, very special guests, special to me in particular. But we're going to talk about that in a second. First of all, let me do. Let's first of all do like. Let me show you what we have lined up for you. All right, so we do have, of course, we have Pastor K and we have Auntie Sade today. I'm going to be introducing them in a second here. All right. Also, if you missed any of the previous show, we had Steve on December 4th. You can watch all those replays on the channel. We had Natsu, we had Pastor Neron, of course. All right. Tomorrow we're going to have my very own uncle, I Chief Oladimeji Abitogun. We're going to have Brother Ben on December 16th, Saturday. We're going to have Evangelist Kenny and his beautiful wife, Laide, of course. We're going to have Auntie B on December 20th, Wednesday. We're going to have Sheon. Sheon is very own G here. So, but yeah, like I said, today we do have a very special guest today that I should just go ahead and, but let me see who is hanging out with me. I have Chiye, what's going on? How you there? Shewa, how you there? How's your Sunday going? Where's Natu? Anybody know where Natu is? Can you drag Natu along, please? D-Love, good to see you. Anyway, so yes, I do have a very special guest here with me today. And, it only makes sense that I do proper introduction, all right? So, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed viewers, members of the Prestige family, welcome back. Okay, this is one of the many series that we've been doing in effort to make sure that we're not just hearing one voice, okay, but to also bring all the possible wisdoms, insights to the table for this particular red flag conversation. Okay, tonight we have the distinct honor of hosting a couple whose journey is not only inspiring but a testament to the enduring strength of love. The one thing that the Indomie generation continue to say is not enough, but of course commitment, partnership, right? All inclusive if you understand what real love means, right? Our special guests for this evening have been married for a couple of decades. I will let them tell you the exact number of years. I can hear the Indomie generation again saying, who cares about the number of years? We know people that are inside long marriages of struggle. Is that what you're saying? Okay. I hear you. As always, I'm not going to invalidate your opinion. That's not my job here. Okay.
Oh, you're right.
You're right. Okay. It's about quality of those years, right? Okay. But can you discover quality without some level of quantity? I'm asking for a friend. Can you discover quality without at least a little bit of level of some kind of quantity?
Should you be that?
Yeah, right. Yes. More than 1/5 of a century is not your mate. Not your mate. Can we be honest with ourselves?
Stop the cap.
All right, good. So their story is a beautiful tapestry woven with threads of dedication, resilience, of course. It's inevitable. You're going to need that at some point, and the pursuit of a better life. Okay. So in the early 2000s, around about the same time we met, as a young couple with their firstborn baby daughter, they made the courageous decision to leave their home in Nigeria in pursuit of new opportunities and a brighter future. I'm not going to tell their story, so please join me in extending a warm welcome to a couple who, amidst Japa challenges and triumphs, have become a beacon of hope for those navigating the intricate journey of marriage, Japa, and cultural integration. Today we have the pleasure of learning from the wisdom and experiences of Pastor K and Auntie Sade. Their journey is not just about physical relocation, it's about relocation of heart, the blending of cultures, and the forging of a love that withstands the test of time. So without further ado, let's delve into this very rich conversation today. We're going to talk about their 20 plus years marriage and extract the valuable lessons that they graciously share with us today. So please join me in welcoming Pastor K and Auntie Sade to the Man of Prestige stage. Pastor K, you still there? Awesome. It's so good to see you guys.
Hello. Thank you.
Yes. The Prestige family, please help me welcome them. Give them a warm welcome. All right. Yes, we're going to have this conversation today. Shout out to all 7 of you watching live right now. Do me a favor, hit that like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications, okay? Because we will have a conversation today. I can say it's almost like I've known them all of my life, okay? Most of my adult life, So they've known me as a young lad. They've known me before I was even married, before I had these big babies in my house today. So, and the best part about this is that we're actually neighbors. Like I can throw a stone right now to hit the house, their window right now. So, but see, I'm about to say, bro, okay, that's how far I've known you. See, I have to kind of think about Pastor K. Well, it's but Pastor K, before I come to you, Auntie Sade, how are you doing, my sister?
Very well. Thank you
God.
for bringing us the Prestige platform.
Yes, this is the Prestige family. Yes. So they're ready for this conversation because we've been making noise about this for a while. And, the generation we're in right now, which I am a part of, a lot of them are even, senior me, senior my age. And they are struggling with something that seems like you guys have it very easy. Like you guys just fell out of the skies into a perfect marriage. Right? That's what it looks like on the outside, Pastor K, right? So, and we want to get into the intricacies of this conversation today. So I will jump back and forth between the two of you, and anybody can decide to answer any of the questions I give you today. But this particular first one, I have to give it to Auntie Sade. But okay, you'll be fine, right? Pastor,
I'll be fine.
Okay, all right. All right. Pastor K, how did you meet? No. Auntie Sade, how did you meet?
Thank you a lot for this platform again. Like you rightly introduced us. We've known you for most of your adult life.
Right.
And, I'm going to have to save time here just to go direct into the question.
Okay.
We met in church.
In church?
In church. All my life, I'll say, most of my adolescent life, I've always been a church rat. And I met my husband in church in one of those evening Bible studies. However, I didn't go to church for a boyfriend because we were still young. So I didn't go to church for a boyfriend, and I don't think he did too. But we've been fellowshipping in church. I never met him until this very particular day.
Wait, you've been in the same church for much longer than the day you met?
Huh?
You've been in the church for much longer than the day you met?
Yes. But I never met him until that particular day.
Was this a mega church?
I would call our church mega.
A mini mega, you can say.
Maybe
300 people, 1,000 people?
More than 300.
Okay.
No, we are like a church of 1,000.
Thousands.
Because we have 2 services.
Okay.
So at that time, I think I just finished high school. So on that day, he ran into me and then he called me by my name.
Okay, so he had met you. He just didn't know he had met you.
He had known me.
He had known you, but right. Okay.
Maybe from afar looking at me.
Right.
But I never met him. I never saw him. So he just greeted me. Oh, and we greeted and he called me by my name. Then I'm wondering, how did he know my name? Well, we just said hi. We just left. So that is how I now recognize him. That, oh, you're a member of this church too, or you're a brother in this church like me. But the meeting itself, you see, is divine, is God's. But whatsoever the Lord doeth, behold it is good. We're not here to preach, but there's no how scriptures of God is not going to come in this conversation.
No, you're fine. This is the house of God.
Yes. So there's no way God will not come to you. So our meeting, and now we begin to realize that with the same church, we now begin to meet. I'm now seeing him more, he's seeing me more. However, I've been very close to his senior sister, his immediate senior sister, way long. I've been going to their house. I was going there, I will eat, I will shower, I will nap, and follow the sister to evening services.
But she never met me.
But I never met him in the house.
She never knew.
Never met you in the house.
My house.
Where was he? Was hiding upstairs? Was there an attic? Was there a basement? Where was Brake hanging out?
I didn't even know that was the sister has a brother.
Wow.
Cut the story short. We now find ourselves in the same ministry. We call it hospital ministry.
Okay.
Hospital ministry at that time. He has passion for the work of God. I have passion for the work of God. We're in the hospital ministry. We begin to grow there. We know ourselves more as brothers and sisters. And begin to share. Became friends from there. Just friends. And we have a couple of friends. We came from a bigger church. We all involved with youth. We involved in so many church extra service programs. Until this day, he now told me, oh, I like you. Then I, like my regular self, I was like you. For what?
He actually said he liked you.
Yeah.
I was okay, I try. That's nice.
I was sharing with my friends. I'm like, guess what? Carl just said he likes him. So, oh, don't you like him? I'm like, we are friends. I think for what? No, I like him as a brother. I don't like him for like that kind of a friendship.
You want to friend zone him?
He wants to friend zone me. Exactly.
Oh, he wants to friend zone you, Abby. You want to friend zone him?
No, she's the one that's trying to friend.
She was trying to friend zone you, just like brother Abitibawo. Yeah, continue.
Like, I just like you as a brother. You are too quiet for I can't marry somebody like this. He's too quiet for my liking. I'm the outgoing.
He's too kind for your liking. Say you are hearing. When I say
for my liking.
It's too quiet for your liking. Wow. From way back when?
2019.
Yeah. I'll say 1990, 1991, 92.
91, 92.
Wow. So as far back as then, women don't necessarily fancy nice guys.
I felt like he's too quiet for my liking. Me, I'm the outgoing type. He's very reserved. I'm a maja. I'm always. So we kept it there. For 2 years, he keep pursuing me like, I'm like, no. I like you as a brother. I don't think I see you for marriage, Joe. So let me rest it there. You have a question?
So Pastor K. So she said she mentioned God a few times, and as you know me as a church boy, as far as you know me,
Yes.
right? And obviously you are a church boy too. It's just obvious. We met in
And
singing
I know
groups.
you're realistic too. A realist.
You also know me that I don't just take church.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
we're not just gonna go over matters with churchy language. Okay. So they've known me for as long. I've been doing that for as long as as it comes. But thank God for growth. I'm able to have better perspective today. I don't have to discount God. I also don't have to discount the reality of the world that we live in, and I actually see God in everything now, and I just pity those that can't see it, because oftentimes they either gravitate extremely towards everything is spiritual and they lose sense of what is actually happening, or they extremely say there's no God, which the scripture told us these are foolish people, right?
Yeah.
So so I want to ask you a question, Pastor K. Is it was it God? Abi, you knew what you were looking at all along? Did you know her before that day that you said? Obviously, because how did God drop Sade into your mind? Because you called her by name suddenly, right? Abi, you have been paying attention to something. What was going on with that, Pastor K?
Well, thank you once again, for bringing us to this platform. I really appreciate it. So, well, we know when it comes to God, like we grow in God over time. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, as at that time, I kind of just like, I feel like I like what I saw. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we're in church together, so I like her, I like what I saw. So that's where it all started. So that's pretty much what I do. I'm not going to stand here by this platform and start putting scripture.
You didn't see her in your dream?
In your dream, or I was.
You didn't see vision?
Then I didn't see no vision. I'm not going to, that's one. Sometimes that thing, we can be blindfolded with that much. Sometimes it's always good to be very realistic, because, the way God works, sometimes, like when you desire something, if God wants it for you, He will give it to you. Rather than you saying, God showed me. It's like, that's what, people, kind of tends to say, God showed. So it's always good to kind of just, when you love it, take it, don't mind, you can take it to God in prayer. God, I desire this thing.
Right.
I desire it.
Right.
If He wants it for you, He will let it have it. He will let you have it. But if it's not what He wants for you, they'll be like, okay, no, I think I have something better for you. Rather than saying, I see vision, or I dream dreams, all the stuff. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying some people don't.
Right.
But
So. Let me chip this in.
Yes, ma'am.
That day, that the first time ever that I saw my husband, I didn't see no husband. I didn't see no. We were just brother pale.
Right.
Yeah. I that day I didn't even know his name. We were just hello, hi. He called me by name.
Right.
Later,
and you didn't think anything of it.
While he turned away, I had that notch in my spirit. Oh, that is your husband.
Okay.
I look back,
and it was gone.
I just discovered.
You were just like, right. At least it was church.
I just finished high school.
Oh, okay. So was pretty fresh. So it must have been 16, 17, 18-ish at the time.
18.
About to start college. I was already in college.
I was about to be in college. Waiting to get into college. But I discounted it like balance on husband.
I know, right? Yes,
And
yes.
after that day, we didn't even get to meet until months again.
In the same church, because a lot was going on in the church, different activities, different ministries. Yes, yes. I can only imagine. So now here's the thing. With the stats today, there are some stats today, right? We are looking at meeting locations by percentages, right? They're saying the top one is school, 25%, and then work, 20%, when young couples, where they meet, the most successful married couples. And then today, we're in a different era. Number 3 on that list is showing, actually not number 3, it's actually number 1, 27% online dating.
Like social media.
That's where we are right now, social media, right? But we have 18% through friends. That is huge. The whole through friend thing that's a lot when you compare to the fact that a lot of people don't consider it these days, and people are getting older and older as we go before they decide that marriage is the right thing for them these days, And then we have something on this list with 10% on it. It's called the other. So places like churches are grouped under that. Now, if they were doing these studies in Nigeria in the 90s, that would probably rise to the top.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So church is like especially that you can see that person over again. There's different activities, there's youth ministry and all this kind of stuff. But yet today, a lot of people are discounting this type of activity oftentimes until not too late, but until it's late.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So now I have to advise 37-year-old women, say, join the church. Participate in activities in church, at work events.
Yes.
Like whatever you do, if you're nursing, find the conventions around that and take advantage of that, So we're here now today, and people are, we had the COVID. Before COVID, people already were practicing, everybody isolates. I don't talk to anybody. They don't even want to come to Thanksgiving parties. They don't even want to come to Christmas parties because, I can do bad all by myself. That's the generation we're in today. And it's a big struggle. And that's why I want to have ongoing conversations with people like you, because you've been doing this for a while. How many years have you been married now?
24.
24 years. So we're around the corner from a whole quarter of a century. Pastor K, Antilo Maloingo. It's a wrap.
It is.
Yeah. Yes.
We're together.
But the smile on your faces, I've seen this since I've known you, and I've known you since 2000. It must be 2002.
2001. Right? Yeah, 2001.
Yeah.
So I've known you for 22 years.
So you woke up every day for the past 22 years that I've known you, and you smile like this. Every time I see you, you smile like this, Auntie, and you smile like this every day at Boda. Is this how it works?
We smile every day.
Okay.
But there has been times. We're not going to sit here today to tell all our hearers and our viewers and the people that will still hear this message or that will listen to this conversation today.
At least 100 people will see this before the night is over.
Amen.
Yeah.
There has been trials. There has been temptations. There have been battles. But we will tell you, the battles is of the Lord. One thing that has kept us going and that will keep us going is because we have a foundation.
Foundation.
The Bible says that if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? On this platform, I want to ask, maybe your own foundation is not Jesus. Ours is Jesus. And the love that we have for God. First, marriage is a triangle. Jesus and God are the top for us. We both are the bottom. So we both link up and anchor to God. In those times of trials and temptations, we have fought, we have argued, we have yelled, we have screamed, we have slept without talking to each other before.
Okay, wait, Auntie. Any issue, Auntie. You've dropped a lot of bombs already.
Bombs, okay.
But I have a question
I'm analyzing.
for Pastor K. Mass of one thing.
Oh, yeah.
Pastor K, who tends to want to go to bed? So there's one person, at least one of you, who wants to go to bed, who doesn't want to talk.
Me.
You are the one who shuts down.
Yeah, I'm the one.
Okay, so now let me go back to Auntie Sade real quick for a second. So, Auntie Sade, whenever that happens, Pastor K,
But I'm usually the one that has a tendency to want to do that.
To do that, why?
Because, okay, there's I guess probably because it's like, I think personality kind of play a part in that, in the sense that I kind of don't like when things is like too hard. I kind of like things to be easy all the time. So when it gets so much like, okay, this is too much for me, I shut down.
You shut down. You go into your life.
Yeah, I just kind of. So it takes me a little kind of time I will eventually get out of that. It takes me a little time to open up. But my wife she's just opposite of me.
You're such a lucky guy. So we should wait until you eventually come and get out of it. This fine auntie right here is supposed to wait until you eventually come out of it.
She won't let me stay there. She always makes sure that I get out of it. There's no way that we'll it's like, thank God we've grown.
You're blessed.
We've passed
You're
those,
not lucky, you're blessed.
Yeah, we're blessed. We passed those. This one I was talking about, like this question, is not even recent. Like, it's something that we've gone through, not of recent. Like, because definitely we've grown over time.
Right.
That we get to the point whereby we understand ourselves now. Like every day now, one way or the other, we still have misunderstand. We still kind of misunderstand, but we find out that we don't even sit down to discuss misunderstanding anymore. We just kind of wrap it up and we're moving on it.
Right, because the pattern is repetitive anyway. It's been a long time. So, and then you have the foundation too.
Yes.
Those are the storms, But let me ask Auntie Sade real quickly. No,
that's fine.
Auntie Sade, whenever he did that initially, not these days, because it's predictable, you can see him coming. Right? But earlier on, how did that feel? Because I can imagine your personality, like how did that feel for you, knowing that are we about to go to bed and not talk this issue out?
We will go to bed, not talk.
Oh, I won't sleep.
He won't sleep. But let me be honest with all the viewers and listeners today. Women, be strong. Men, be strong. To survive marriage, one person is going to have to be calm and ask yourself, do you value marriage? Do you value companionship? Do you both love yourselves from the beginning? And that is one of our stories. We had nothing when we first started. It wasn't like, it was rich.
Right.
Wait for the money.
Right.
I had something. He married me for it. There was none of that. All we had was one big God and ourselves. And we know that we both love the Lord. That was all we had. So there was nothing to say
because of money.
It was pure love for each other. Nothing attached. And both has to be truthful. It takes two to tango. I know my husband is not like me. I'm the extrovert. He's the introvert. So, but when all that situation happened, I won't let him sleep. I'll keep.
What do you mean? You just be talking?
Oh yes, sir.
Eh?
I could talk for 30 minutes, no single response.
But it was short, it was gone. He's just there, like.
Listen, sometimes he will tell me he has nothing to say to me. And he won't say nothing. And I keep bothering. You won't sleep. But there were times that we will end up sleeping. I'll get frustrated along the line. He will still not say anything.
Auntie Sade,
yes, sir.
church boys and church girls today are filing for divorce. And a lot of time is this small issue that we're talking about right now. See, notice we didn't talk about what even caused the argument, right? A lot of times is long is long too long for certain types of people. Like this person said, I get the shutdown thing. It's really not a shutdown. It's more like just give me 50 feet for now. I can't like this person gets me. This person gets me. Right?
She or he? That person is.
I think it's a she. D Love never tells her. I think she says she. D Love has not shown her face to her. So
that person is on point. So
Yeah.
right. No, she's a she. So just give. She's one of my biggest supporter here. Just give me 50 feet now. Let my brain cool down because I don't want to fight. But you have somebody else saying here. Natu is one of my biggest supporter here too. You know. Hopefully we will have you on December 30 at the launch. You know. Maybe you get to meet Natu. She said, and that is my husband, but some people take too long. And the reality is that the level of patience that you have today, Auntie, or that you have back then, those patience for the average couple right now is long gone because there's options being waved in their face. In our corner here, there's somebody advertising on the billboard, divorce, $300.
That's a joke. It's not 300.
Momo, should be advertisement in it. Once you get there, you figure out the rest of it, right? But they put a big $300, right? But once they get you on and we account for all the pain that person has gone through, the emotional turmoil they're going through. So if they tell you, well, there's going to be this, there's going to be this, you were like, okay, at least you think about it, they have your data. They'll continue to contact you once you're ready to continue the process. People have options today. And they think less of that foundation you talked about, right? So that's a struggle where we are today. So Pastor K, for someone like you, because they still exist, they shut down. It's a personality thing, right? That it's not your fault. It's everyone have their own temperament. They have personality, and they have all these things today. In fact, they will call you a narcissist. And they got you diagnosed, and you have to be a narcissist. Just the fact that you shut down, like why would you just be looking at your wife and you just shut down just because they asked you to wash smoke butter? Right? Sorry. So let me behave myself, right? Right, Pastor K, what would be your advice since you are the one who was shutting down at that time? What would be your advice for, because it could be the husband, it could be the wife, what would be your advice for someone who is dealing with a partner who tends to shut down like that? You can come from any angle, scriptural, anything, your wisdom.
Well, I'll say, first of all, I think my advice is, I'm coming from what helped me, obviously was God, because I needed to come back to my sense to realize that, I'm a Christian, and I needed to remember what the Bible, what the scripture talks about, like keeping grudges. That's what I'm saying. He said you should not let sun set over your grudge. So it's like those things needed. So if you allow God, the Holy Spirit, to now come back to you and bring those scriptures, because it's just not by hearing, it's by doing. So it's not just you because the Americans, they said you need to talk the talk, right? And walk the walk. So when you talk it, you walk it. So meaning that if I'm studying this word, I need to be able to put it to action. So once kind of now come back to me, and I begin to pray to God, God, you need to help me in this aspect. Whatever that I call personality, there's nothing that God cannot do. There's nothing that there's no one that God cannot change. There's nothing that God cannot work on our lives with. So no matter how hard or no matter how strong you might think like you have a strong personality, God can still. We're talking about marriage here. We're talking about people, different background, different bringing, different orientation, different mindset. So for you to be able to coexist for a longer time, then you need to be able to kind of ask God to help in this aspect, because the way you're trying to do it is not going to take you anywhere. It's not gonna take you anywhere. You understand what I'm saying? So because if you want to eat it for a long time, if you want it to last, then there's need for you to be able to come to that and be like, okay, I need to do more of listening. I need to do more of like letting go. And
Letting go.
Yeah, letting go. You just have to go. Let it go, and just go. Then
You use a big word, sir. Grudge. You know, what my experience, what I've observed, you know, is that we give our spouse the least amount of grace when it comes to, in general, the relationships we have. It's easier for us to give grace to even people we work with than to give our spouse when we don't know any better, you know. But I want to divert towards our topic. The topic today is Japa marriage, right? And Tanto was how old when you decided to relocate?
she was like
6 months.
Was it? Yes,
She was
let's just
6
say
months.
give and take. She was 6
6
months
months.
when we came.
She was 6 months old. Okay.
Yeah.
You know my younger brother, not little brother, but younger brother, Shola. Shola was 6 weeks old when they took us to Nigeria. I was 3 years old. You know? So now relocation to Nigeria is different from relocation from Nigeria to here. We're talking about relocation from Nigeria to here now. What motivated the move to come to Yankee? Was it lottery or something like that?
Yeah, we won the lottery, yes, we chose to pursue it really, because myself and my wife, we could have decided to stay in Nigeria then, but we one way or the other we foresaw like we just don't know what could happen, and we want a better life
Okay.
for our children. So we said, well, I think we want something better for them, because we had some rough Nigerian experience. Well, as far as my school is concerned, you know, taking extra 2 years in college, you know, before you graduated because of strike and stuff.
The strikes.
You know, there's a life better somewhere than this. So once that opportunity came, we're just like, we're gonna have to jump on this opportunity and get out of here. So for them, for the future for them, we need to be able to do this. So that was what led to that. And be like, okay, we need to do this process and
Now, Pastor K, are you dying the goatee? Because we were at your 50th birthday party last year. Are you? What's going on there? I know any suru artist Sade do myself for me. Any suru. What's going on? Where's the great Pastor K? Where is it?
I'm just touching it. It's just a grooming.
Yeah, because I was able to tell because the head that was giving
No,
everything.
but anyway, by the way, there's nothing there.
No, you guys look good for your age. Like there's a level of peace of mind that comes for someone to be slightly going above, you know, midlife, and you still look as good as you do, right? Now, earlier on when you relocated, because there's a big struggle when it comes to this Japa topic, particularly with nurses. Both of you, for the longest, are professional nurses. Right, at least auntie, shout out to you, congratulations with all the success, PhD, all of that, all these great things you're doing, right? But you're defiling wherever the social media Indomie generation is coming up with statistics when it comes to nurses and marriages and Japa, those three combination, right?
Generation. Let me add to it too. It's a drive-through generation.
It's a drive-through generation. That's where they're going.
Dopamine generation.
Dopamine generation. Okay, to rhyme. Indomie, dopamine. Let's just add drive-through to it. Generation, right? Yeah. They want it like this. They want to snap a finger, just read a book, and all the answers are there. He's a narcissist. He likes to shut down because he wants to go to bed at night. He doesn't want the wala. He must be a narcissist. That's what they're doing, literally, you know. Now, there were some earlier challenges, maybe not. Tell me, when you relocated, there was some shake-up, cultural shake-up, things like, I don't know how you want to say it. Is there anything like that you guys experienced that you can attribute particularly to the fact that you relocated from Nigeria?
Yeah, absolutely. There are challenges. You know, one of the challenges the first challenge that we had was, despite the fact that we came with the visa lottery, you know, we have our green card.
Yes.
She was working I was working with insurance company. I worked with finance companies before. During those times of Abasha, I was changing finance company like normal business. So she was working in the bank, but the insurance section, I was also working as an insurance guy. So we had, we kind of had something going for us.
Okay.
But when we relocated here, we literally have to, she was trying to find a job, official job, white collar job, an office job. And I was also trying to find something like that. But it was a little challenge because we were just coming into the country. We weren't getting we went for a couple of interviews, but we just didn't get any callback. Because we didn't study here, we moved from Nigeria. We didn't study here, so we're not like literally used to the system. So we had to do some menial jobs. I did security jobs.
Of course.
Oh yeah, I did.
Did you work for Working Hot?
No, I didn't work for Working Hot.
What about Securitas?
Yeah, there's so many of them, right? Yeah, so many of them. My wife that was working in the bank, she worked at the airport as one of the security people. So it's like we went through all that. We went through that, but just for the fact that because we're goal driven, that we have a goal, we can't continue like that. So we literally had to sit ourselves down and start going back to school.
Going back to school.
We start from the bottom again, trying to build up again.
And can I keep this in?
Yes, ma. Please, ma.
About the Japa syndrome.
Yes.
Japa love, coming into we all have to start speaking to ourselves. When we came here, we never saw ourselves like the job that we did.
Right. That's just what you did. That's not who you were.
It does not define me. It didn't define us. We find ourselves in a new environment. This is the structure here. This is the culture. No matter what certificate you were bringing from where you came from, you have to go to school. It has to blend with the system for you to get something going. So that really helped us to know that whatever we pick starting from is not who we are. In those days, if we never told you that, okay, I did home ec, I did CNA, would you have known by just meeting us outside?
No, I couldn't tell.
Exactly.
We could care less.
Thank you. And also because our courage, we carry ourselves as who we know we are.
Right.
Not as the job that we were doing.
Yeah.
And then we also, like I will always say, we always take everything back to God. God has a reason for bringing us here. Okay, we start from afresh. That's not a problem. We have a bigger God who is bigger than our situation. He's going to take us to our promised land.
Yeah.
So we were doing it diligently. All the culture, all the shock that we met in the system. But God also helped us with our background coming. We grew up in a four-square gospel church.
Okay.
Whose foundation came from America. So we didn't really come from, and then we came from a corporate sector in Nigeria that has shaped us. So we didn't come from that low place, or people who are coming, everything is a shock. Let's be honest with you. And I would say 75% of the things we saw in America was a shock to us. So
it was just you were focused. There's opportunities, and as a joint force together, you wanted to tap into everything that brings.
Yes.
Right.
So, and as a couple that has a vision that you want to succeed, you are a team.
You're a team.
You are a team. I don't see myself better than my husband. My husband doesn't see me. I don't see myself like a second class, or my husband is low there. I am there. He doesn't see me like I am here. He is there. No, we never had that relationship. We always have this friendship relationship.
Right.
We're friends.
So are you saying this? Are you saying the people that transfer from Niger, that they Japa, and they come here and there's a wedge between them, that wedge pre-existed? They just didn't know.
Some of them, yes. Some of them, maybe not.
Okay.
But the problem with some of them that were not, that probably, started over here, it's probably because you know how you kind of come into a place and you now adopt the syndrome of, if you can't beat them, you join them, kind of.
Right.
Okay, this is when you're in Rome, right? You behave like Romans,
yeah.
So it's like, so they now saw some things happening here. immediately forgetting who they are, immediately forgetting like, okay, fine, this thing is kind of okay, it's happening, but this is not the way I want to go. This is the way I want to be shaping. So then one way or the other, they kind of now adopt the system, quote unquote, those ones that are not really helping their relationship, so to say.
Right.
For example, let me give you a good example. You know, in America, you know, you're a man, I'm a man. You know, it's like women have they listen to them first before they listen to us.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
We don't have a say in what they wear.
There you go.
They already chose what they want to wear.
Yeah, so I'm even talking about
I thought Auntie was going to laugh.
Yeah, why would you tell us what to do?
I'm even talking about authority now.
Auntie, they've taken it to another level. My body, my choice. But continue, Pastor K.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's
They don't
like,
have understanding.
so it's like some women they get caught up. They're like, you know what? They see it like kind of like a liberty. Okay, you know what? I think the way, you know, assuming the way they've been talking before the guy here, that there wasn't no problem the way the guy speaks to her. Now because she's in America now, the guy still speaks the same way. All of a sudden, well, I'm not going to accept that from you.
Right.
Just because she knows that the guy can, you know, you can't touch me. If anything happens, you're going to be the one, or you can't do. It's just like those things.
But why would the guy touch
you? You know what I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm not saying literally that, but you know where I'm coming from. Yeah?
Right.
You're just being sarcastic. So it's like, so they quickly kind of get caught up and be like, okay,
right.
I can have a say here now.
But I cannot come in those ways.
Please, Auntie.
Both ways. And that is why I always come back to this statement of, do you both value marriage?
Right.
Do you both cherish each other? It doesn't mean there'll be no time that one is going to step on each other's toes. We cannot afford to stay because we are now in America. You lose your head. As a woman, you don't respect your husband anymore.
So that's going to take me back to my question, right? Okay. Yeah. So let me ask you this next question, just to really zone in on that particular aspect of this whole Japa thing, right? How did you maintain your bond as a family during the transition into this new system? Because that's what we're talking about. Some people had some kind of bond, because you said some. I said some didn't have foundation, but some had the bond. But somehow they entered this new system, and that bond got tampered with, right? How did you maintain yours so that other people can kind of like learn from that, even if it's just you stumbled a little bit, but you picked it back up again?
Okay. Daddy, can I go? Okay. Let me come from here. When we came in, of course, we had to stay with family until we got our own place. And one thing, I've always cherished my marriage. I did not allow the money in this country and the fact that I have opportunity to work more than my husband to move me. To God be all the glory, both of us have been in this country now 23 years. We have never worked 2 jobs.
Really?
Yes.
You've always kept only one job?
One job. We do extra here and there over time.
Right.
We have never had 2 jobs. It was purposeful. It is a determination. And one thing that God helped us is when we came, we were able to observe. We were very observant. When we came, we noticed some of the people around us, single mother, nurses, no husband. And me, I'm very inquisitive.
We know. Auntie Sade.
I'm very inquisitive. I'll be asking my brother, I'll be asking people, where is it? So I begin to conclude, and by the grace of God, God gave me an eyes of an eagle. When you sit down, people are talking, I can hear everything, and I process in my head. Okay, we're talking like this. I see, then we used to look at lifestyle, frivolous lifestyle, everything, and see how people talk. At the like,
at the expense of your family.
At the expense of my family.
What's left? What's the point? I know you're gonna get all this money, but what's the point?
You know, let me give you a story. And people told me one time, Sade, you don't even make the money of nurses. I say, I am contented with the Lord. I don't want to be that nurse that come back home that has no more husband.
Or the children are.
Or my children.
The children are being influenced by Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
They're here and there.
I said, after God, then my husband. Contentment, godliness, and contentment is a great game. If we both have $5 and we are happy, you see, my belly don't full. My belly don't full. But I realized that was the major pitfall of most people. We're not judging them, but there is a part.
But it's real. It's real. That is real.
There is a part we have to play. We have never lived our life by watching what people do. I am the woman. I wear the designer, but I have never had it in my head. Somebody have. I must have. Till today, I don't have it. In God's own time, consider that Fendi.
I tell you, thank you, sir. Thank you, Auntie. Like at any point when you're ready, when it makes sense, you can.
When I arrive. You arrive at your time, and we
Everybody's
arrive at
arrival
my time.
time is different.
Yes.
When we first came to this country,
Have you ever seen a plane at the airport that arrived the same thing? Like everybody got different.
we have different time.
So,
When we came, I couldn't afford the first shoe that I could afford then was from Payless.
Yes, so Payless. Shout out to Payless, the great Payless. I don't think they exist anymore, but
there's
Payless. Before you spend $10 at one point, you will have a nice new sneakers.
Somebody came to ask, Auntie, I know you dress Pastor K. But Pastor K, yes. At the time when we first came to this country, I afford the Beragamo. We could not afford it. But when we can wear Beragamo now, did they tell us that we cannot wear it?
We go wear now. We all we all love good things. It's just not at the expense of what's more important.
Don't sacrifice your marriage. Don't sacrifice your relationship for the work, for the money. Make the small money. Still come on. Let me tell you, I still cook for my own husband till today. I don't buy packaged food for my husband.
You know, Pastor K was the you know, I don't know who was skinnier, but Ajide or Pastor K. Pastor K to you and Kenzie. Your smile is $1 million, Pastor K, but the credit has to go to Auntie Sade.
Oh, absolutely. There's no question.
Yeah. That's such a blessing. You see, this thing we're talking about, is real. It's people losing focus. It's people losing their sense of what's more important. Correct. We talked about foundation, but we know it's never really one thing. It's a series, because at any point in time, up to today, you have to wake up and become better and better people. Some things happened yesterday. You got some insight from that. You know how to move. It gets easier because obviously we have patterns. I keep telling them that we have patterns. You can't do marriage for 2 days and try to collect patterns. You need to you just gotta do it for a little while before you can, you know. But what we hear in this street is that, because I'm not a nurse, my wife is not a nurse, my parents are not nurses. So, but we hear these stories like, nurses they don't last. Like somebody will just open their mouth and say, nurses, they don't last. Some of them will say, keep your wife in Nigeria. Don't bring her. If you bring her to Nigeria, you end up in divorce. Oh. In fact, I want to play a video for you right now. You know who Daddy Freeze is, right?
Yeah.
Let me play a short video for you. Just listen attentively, and then we'll talk about it after. I want to know what you think about this young man who was on Daddy Freeze's show, you know. Let me see. Okay, here we go. All right.
Good. How are you? I'm good. I'm at work. Yeah. Talk to me. My mother, like what you're saying, right? My dad did what you just said. Like my dad has a second wife, and I never met my stepbrothers and stepsisters physically. I've seen them on video. So what you're saying actually makes sense. Like me, I was born and raised here. I've never in my life dated a Nigerian. I'm talking to one now, but to bring her here and the way things are in that country, I feel like women in Nigeria do two things. They sweet talk you for money, and they sweet talk you because you're a guy from a different country. So I call them opportunists. They use relationships. They use relationships as something else. They use relationships as a steady income. Nigerian women use relationships as a steady income, and they use relationships as different things. I don't know how to say it, but what you're saying is correct. Because my dad, right? He married another woman in Nigeria, and I have all my brothers. He's not gonna bring them until they're like my age, like 18, 19, 20. But what you're saying is correct.
Let me ask you, how did that work out with your mom?
My dad waited for us to all get to be older in order for him to get married. He only stayed because he wanted us to get a little bit older. But we already knew what was going on.
Okay, so that means your mom and your dad were having...
Yeah, they were having issues, but my dad only stayed because of us. He only stayed because of us, but he's married to another woman, which he comes back and forth to Nigeria because of her.
But is the woman happy about it? Doesn't she want to come to America?
My dad makes the rules, and she's obeying it. So when my three brothers, my two sisters, and my third brother gets older, that's when she's gonna come down here. It's the rule, wears the pants in the marriage, so she has to listen.
This makes so much sense.
Yeah, that's what he did.
All right, so I will leave it there, right? This is solution. This is Indomie generation solution. Okay, since women are leaving their husbands once they arrive in Yankee, let's not worry about foundation. Let's not worry about don't do more than yourself. Let's not worry about stay on your square. There's a process to get to, like, you can arrive at your own time. You don't have to buy Balenciaga right now. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but anyway, never mind all of that. Just men, watch out. Keep her in Nigeria, right? If you want to marry her. This young man, after he don't finish the story, right? Basically, what he did was, you can hear him. He grew up here, right? And it's one of his parents told him that he should marry somebody from, I think the father is American, the mother is Nigerian. He said he should marry somebody from Nigeria, and then he's trying, and when he wants to try, he goes to Facebook. So the girls on Facebook that you want to toast, they are not dons, of course. Like,
That's right.
So now he's decided, like, with that experience, I can help other people. Leave her in Nigeria. My father left his second wife in Nigeria because he's the one who wears the pants, and these are so I wanted to know what your thoughts are about this. If we wait, long distance relationship, or go the route that you've described thus far, good foundation, right? And then as you move along, don't lose yourself. Pay attention to where you're going. Be a team, right? Whatever you have to do on your part, to be on your own part, because the other person may not be playing team. They might just have lost it. And you're being tested because the person you want to play team with, so it's quite confusing. I want to know what your thoughts are. We can start with Auntie. What your thoughts are around what we just heard, because this is the kind of solutions they're coming up with right now.
Yeah. So thank you, Allah, for asking.
Mm-hmm.
So it has to be individualized. From what he said, my father said, keep her in Nigeria until certain time. So the father too has a motive. You see, two cannot tangle except they agree.
A house cannot stand.
Yeah.
How does the scripture say, Pastor K?
Yeah.
A house.
That is divided against itself cannot stand.
Yes.
You have your intention as a man. You have your ulterior motive. Maybe the woman too at the other end has his own ulterior motive. Most of the time when you see all this marriage, the Japa one, that if it was good and the guy here, there has to be the fault somewhere.
Yes.
Just like you said, you are trying, one is trying to play a team, but the other isn't. And of the truth, a lot of people get here and see the opportunity and lose their head.
Yeah, and they lose their mind.
Get influenced, like they get influenced, you know.
But my question will always go back, especially between husband and wife. You can do so your start. Most of the person, the part that I always want to strive for the marriage most time is the woman. Is the woman. Most time, men don't have, very few men has tenacity to hold on after some struggle and stress and all that. A man's ego get bruised so easily. A man feels like, okay, yeah, because now she's a nurse, she's making more money, or she's this, or she has opportunity to work multiple jobs. Man's ego may start feeling small. A man start feeling small. But no, money does not define you. Because that is where it starts. When the woman too starts sensing in your phone, like, hey, you feeling small within yourself. Hey, is it because now we are in America? Don't ever let that come into your conversation.
Like even you that you are already feeling that way,
yes.
you need to watch your mouth.
Yes. Is it because now you are America? Is it because now you are this? Is it because now you are in No.
Yeah, the moment you do that, you've invited the devil.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's not have ulterior motives. Ulterior motive. The Bible said the heart of man is desperately wicked. Nobody can know it. So when you already have a preconceived intention of what you want to do, you end up carrying it out unconsciously one day.
Yeah.
And if you end up, if both of you don't realize it quickly and start working on it, it will end up.
Yes.
It
That's
will end
true.
up in separation.
Yeah, this is why I said I find God in everything, right?
Yeah.
Once I'll tell you what, my wife and I's story, right? We've had our own fair share, and the first time someone would talk about divorce, it was me. It was 5 years in. We just celebrated 16 years. It was 5 years in, and you talked about the bruised ego, right? Whatever was going on, I just felt like I was no longer in control, and the natural, I would call it knee-jerk reaction, because I've always told myself I don't have a problem with divorce, which is inviting the idea, because this thing is very spiritual. But once you say you don't have a problem with it, there's a chance that you will see enough events around you that will encourage, nursing the idea.
Yeah.
Because this is life. So life is going to be rough sometimes. For example, your wife might say something that will bruise your ego, and it's a long story, but we got into a place that the argument was so heated, and I felt like, okay, if that's the game we're going to play, I want a divorce then. That thing did not come to play. That thing was sown into her as a seed of resentment, and it did not show back up to the surface until another 4 years later. And this time it's not me now filed for divorce. She filed for the divorce. And and when she started to narrate, she said, "Well, you talked about it that you have no problem with divorce. What's the issue now? But now, this is a whole 4 years. My kids are now 9 years old and 7 years old. Like, why are you talking about stuff that happened? Like, of course, but there's more than enough events around you can blame, So the best thing is to have that foundation, right?
Yes.
And to get into the game with an intention to win.
Yes.
And what we have these days is people giving themselves an out, an escape. Like, I have the options. And the reality is that those options, they look like options, but the after effect of it, even beyond this generation, is not spelled out enough. You know. And I'm not talking about somebody that their husband is beating them. I'm talking about majority of the cases in divorce court are stupid stuff.
Yeah.
That's why we're not yet 1,500 watching us right now, because they'll rather I talk about the extremes. No, we're talking about this was your friend. Yesterday you fell in love, but now you've lost your mind. You think you have better option. I can see you. It looks like you went out for a second, but you guys are back. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay, all right. So so it's we're getting a lot from what you're saying, Pastor K. Pastor K, can you speak to what that gentleman was saying? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think my wife said a little bit out of it, you know. And I think another thing that that happens to be the issue is the fact that, you know, when you don't see your marriage as a partnership, as a joint venture, when you see it as like a private sector, you know, individual, like, okay, I'm an individual, she's an individual, there's gonna be a big problem. That's where those problems start. Like, okay, you know how you kind of feel like, okay, whatever that I do for me. The money that I make for me. So it doesn't. So that's those things over a period of time build into like the aspect of like, okay, you know what? You know, it's not working. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let me put at this point. Let me use us let me use ourselves as I will use this as an example for you.
Okay.
When one way or the other, I kind of, you know, I've been an administrative guy, you know, administrative, and those are my things, like, you know. But I eventually
you can organize, you can create systems.
Yeah. Those are like, I'm very, very like so. But when I came over here and we started like, I found myself like I have to move into medical field, right?
Right.
You know, but I found out that my wife is more. She loved this. Nursing is just natural with her than me. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like after a period of time, she's always saying that, you know, she want to move forward. She want to progress with this nursing thing. And I said to her, honey, whatever you want to do, I'm going to support you. Right. You know, I don't have no ego of like, and the prescriptive, okay, once she becomes a nurse now, maybe I'm not going to be able to talk to her. I never for 1 second think about that. Like, okay, I'm not going to, because my wife, she started from a CNA. She did CNA to, actually home health aid, CNA,
RN.
To the doctor, you know. So, but along the line, when she now started saying, okay, you know, I want to move forward into like, this was the RN program. I said, whatever you want, I said, I'm going to support you.
Right, the support
so she left. I told her, I said, when she first started, she thinks she could be able to combine the job, but she couldn't. I told her, I said, you need to leave this job, face this school. Let me be the only one working. And I did that for what? 4 years. 4 years plus. I did that.
So you were working and she was going to school, and so she can advance.
Yeah, sure, she could advance. You know, she can advance. Let me even say this. Let me say, after she was even done, right? For the fact that she made it, she was done. She was started making a little more than me, no question. But guess what? I was still doing what I needed to do. I wasn't literally waiting on that. Okay, now you're making more money now. I want you to
come and donate.
Come and do no.
We need allowance. Give your husband allowance.
Up till now, I wasn't doing all that, like waiting, like, okay, you have to come and, you know, bring your allowance, whatever. No, I wasn't doing that. Because it's like, I just feel like, you know, I'm supporting her vision. And I'm not, and I'm not thinking of like, okay, once she's done, she's gonna not be using it to lord over me, to ride over me. No, I didn't see it that way. But right now, these days, it's not always like that.
Right.
Because sometimes, and you know, that comes from like, you know, takes back to the foundation thing that we're talking about.
Yes.
You know,
there's a mindset, a certain mindset once they see their wife going that way and they watch a little bit of Daddy Freeze or other social media,
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
hey, you're not making money.
Yeah. Do you understand? So stuff like that creeps into them, and they begin to kind of
Maybe I can.
Yes,
thank God for my
please.
husband. Shout out to my husband.
Yes, to have a, before you continue, Auntie, to have a right now, that is a luxury.
Yes.
That's what I'm seeing, at least with the news we're seeing on the internet. But I know people like you personally in real life. So when I see stuff like that on this, I said, this one go collect, because somebody's listening to that, they will think it's everybody. There are people enjoying marriage, But right now, at least to the general public, it seems like it's luxury to have a husband who is supportive, who like, you want to do that? Absolutely, let's go. What can I do to help you advance to that next level? Because you said bruised ego, men bruise ego, but that's particularly weak men. We are producing more of them.
Yep.
Yes.
Go ahead, ma, please.
Men that are not well properly nurtured, or who were nurtured, who refuse to kind of embrace the nurture, who refuse to know who they are. Because the word has, especially in this nation, it has been swept around that the woman should be the breadwinner because she can make more money. A lot of our people came here. Some men actually had that notion or had the motive, like the intention was to go and bring the nurse woman to come and be working and put the check in their hands.
Right. A lot of them are doing it. They are doing that.
And that is why most of it wasn't working or will not work.
So Auntie, so some people, what I've heard is that some people go to the village to bring a girl, they send them to school, and the plan was, once you finish this nursing program, you're donating it.
You have to drop.
Clearly, that foundation is terrible.
Absolutely.
We have multiple stories we can speak on that area. When we first came to this country, there was a guy we met and asked us, do we have a friend that is a nurse in Nigeria, or a girl that I said, why are you looking for a nurse wife? I said, nurses are making money. Then we look at the job he was doing.
Nurses are making money.
Yeah, she'll be making money, and then I said, why don't you understand that you are wasting to look for the wife?
You go make the money
and become the nurse yourself. You see, the motive is already been wrong.
Already from the beginning.
So nobody will know. You will not bring the woman. The next story you'll be hearing is, and now because I brought her to America, now she has become this. She's not respecting me.
The problem is stay long.
Ago.
Let me play this video for you. I have videos for days, but I probably will only do this too for today. And Auntie, we're going to work together. We have a lot of work to do. But let me play this video really quickly. Let's see here. Okay. So again, shout out to Daddy Freeze. He's the one, quote unquote, supposed to bring us to game. Okay, so let me see here. Share screen. Share. Let's see here. All right, I think I found it. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see. Where is it? Okay, over here. Okay, there you go. Aha. All right. So I'm going to play this video and then we'll talk about it. Speaking of foundation motives, we're talking about marriage, right? But then we're talking about this Indomie generation solutions. And a lot of people giving the Indomie generation solutions are also older folks. There are older women who give Indomie generation solutions too, because they think they're trying to use common sense. And common sense can only go so far with these things, But let me play it. Let's see here.
Stop marrying girls that are hungry. Update ni mo já fún yín ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin. Enough is enough. You marry a girl, you tell her, what are you going to do for me? Start asking, start being bold. What are you going to do for me? How much are you paying me as allowance monthly? Hey, man, how much are you going to pay me as allowance monthly? If you don't meet a woman that can pay you allowance monthly, she's not worth your time. Stop marrying beneath you. Adenuga Pikin go marry Dangote Pikin. They know they marry bricklayer. You never say Adenuga Pikin marry bricklayer. You never see Dangote Pikin. You don't know who Dangote Pikin marry? Marry former Inspector General of Police son. My guy. Big shout out to him. I love him to pieces.
All right. So I think you already got the gist. Shengbo advisor. Your take, sir.
That is you know, sometimes we don't filter like what we say sometimes, and maybe we probably don't have second thoughts before we open our mouth to talk. You know, in as much as I kind of want to say I have an idea what he's trying to say,
exactly,
but the delivery and the way he's saying it is very wrong. I understand what he's trying to say from the angle. Okay.
Can I ask what is it trying to say?
From the angle, okay, from the angle that is coming from it, it's coming from the angle of like, don't marry like a liability.
Right.
You know, marry a woman.
He mixed in the liability thing with
like, you know, like if I'm marrying you now, you know, you probably should have something going for you.
Like Auntie Sade, from everything we've talked about today, you're an asset to Pastor K.
So that's what he's saying. But the way he's really saying it was just like, you know, he went a little bit, you know.
He didn't go the right way.
Yeah, he didn't go the right way. The delivery and the choice of words was not, you know, didn't do the justice. And those are the words that will mislead people.
A lot of people.
That's what, based on what you're saying now.
Yes.
What they need a lot of followers. He has a lot of people.
Literally the biggest in this space.
So he has people that follows him. You know, one thing that people forget, one thing we tend to forget is the moment God places you in a place of leadership and in a very prominent place, whatever you say, people listen to you. They
run with it.
Like you, like what you've been doing now. You'll be surprised that so many people they're following you.
Right. I have to be reminded this from time to time.
They see you like you have your follower, you have a voice. They feel like, oh, whatever this person speaks, you know, because I'm gravitating towards him or I believe him. Yes. So that's why we have to be very mindful when we say what we say, so that it doesn't get people confused the more. Some people that are already confused, you're not confusing them the more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rather than bringing solution, you are adding more to the problem.
Yeah.
Can I chip in?
Yes, ma. Please.
Whatever is said, don't marry beneath you, made me kind of have a clue of what he's saying. But overall, God is not an author of confusion. Marriage is ordained and created by God. Anyone that wants to succeed in marriage, especially in this generation that we find ourselves, you cannot exclude God in the marriage of this generation.
Especially now.
Especially now.
More than ever before.
More than ever before. And secondly, God created a man before woman. It becomes it's
out of order. It's out of order.
Thank you. It's out of order to say, oh, what will a woman do for you? As a man, that should not come out of your mouth.
That should not. If that's coming out of your mind, Baba, you need to go back home.
You are
go and talk to Baba at home.
You are still a boy.
Yeah.
No. You should not confuse people. In this generation, we have women too, who God has blessed. So if that is the case, we should be asking the man, what can you provide for me? What can you do? So that the free should not confuse people. Every man, every young boy that is growing up, God created job before he created man. So as a boy, before you get to that level to ask a woman to marry, find something going on. He might not be that huge yet.
Yes.
Whatever your hand find to do, the Lord will increase it. The Lord will.
Amen. Yes.
But you're not having a job as a man. You have no business manning any lady. I don't care if that lady has a whole company going for her. You cannot survive that woman if you don't have anything going for her as a man.
Yeah. And unfortunately, sometimes, you find out that even some of these men, you know, they're the one that was even that has not. They're the one that was even asking
the woman,
making too much of demand.
Yeah. The most popular question right now is, what do you bring to the table?
Yeah, there you go. You are not. You are not.
I will carry a young Auntie Sade out. I'll be asking her, what do you bring to the table?
You're not a nurse. Exactly. You're not a nurse, and you are asking. You are not. So maybe you just you're a mechanic, even like a roadside mechanic, you're not really making that much. So you're not asking like someone that is like a lux practitioner. Okay, it's just
what do you
want to do for me?
What they do right now is they want the woman buy the Benz. They want to be the one to ride it. You see, there's a lot of problem. I wish we have a lot of time to talk about on this platform.
We got all the time in the world. We're just not going to finish this conversation today. That's all. We have all the time.
So,
by the grace of God.
The woman, it's easy for a woman to submit when you as a man is not showing that you are lauding the woman.
Right.
From generation to generation, nobody can laud anybody for a forever time. And that is why
they will gain upper hand. They will gain upper hand eventually. Yeah.
The woman is forgotten in this generation because women trace it back to generation in the past and saw that their mother has been subjected. Their mother has been abused. So many things have been done to them. And women are now saying, is enough.
Yes.
And that's why it looks like women are now saying, oh, we don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Because the brutality, the pain has been from generation. Men as lord over women. If you ask a woman in the house, honey, there's not too much money. Can you raise me? In a loving manner, not like I see that you have 20,000 in your account.
If you have the right foundation, she's already doing it before you get to that part.
Exactly. A woman will do it.
Yeah. You are overworking yourself. If you have to ask a woman for that, it's not sustainable.
That's right. Yeah.
If I have to come to my wife every day and say, what do you bring to the table? Did you submit allowance? What about the check from my ego will get bruised eventually. If as a grown man, you can't even feel right.
Exactly.
And another thing, men, this Indomie generation men, let me say, the draft.
Let's get new lingo, Lenny.
Yeah, I know. The draft
Gen Z don't collect.
I'm telling you. We have a lot of them that are just not ready to learn, not ready to grow, not ready to just do things right. They just want to, it's like, they're missing so many things that they need to get. They need to get together. Like, a man, I'm a big believer in a man being a man.
Yes.
I'm a very advocate. I advocate for it. As a man, everything that it takes you to be a man.
Just be that.
Be that.
Yes.
And leave the woman to be. Listen, women, they're not deaf, they're not dumb, they're not stupid.
They're not dumb. They will overshadow you if you go from your role to be a woman. You will lose instantly.
That's so nice.
If you play your part well as a man, you're doing your part.
Yeah.
Easily, that submission that God asked the women, they will play it.
It's not. I tell them all the time. I say, women don't get to decide to submit. It's you that decides it. Long before she's already submitting without realizing it. Shout out to Isi Oni. She says, I did pay all the bills and the supposed man cheated back to back and his family supported him, and today the marriage is over. These are some of the things that a lot of people are dealing with. So when they say it's over, I was telling you before we started the show, I was at an event yesterday, and every time at an event, a friend is telling me that somebody's divorce or somebody's marriage is over again. And I get this all the time, and it's usually somebody that I've seen around and they seem to be doing well, but you don't really know what people are going through. Oftentimes by the time they pull that trigger, that marriage has been over long before that.
But I do not support is over and over.
Like repeat, like serious cheating.
Yes. That doesn't look like a remorse person.
Yes.
And even the fact that the family supports
Support it.
is like
He doesn't have a
he
good
doesn't.
family. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the family is not.
Those are
And she can't feel safe too.
Yeah.
Even if she stay inside, she cannot feel safe. Even if she stay inside of the marriage, that marriage is not going to be harmonious.
Yeah, it's,
those are not good family. And that is why we all need to pray. I say it to even parents. Whatever you do not want to be done to your girls, do not play it in the life of your sons. Whatever seed a man sow, he will reap.
They will reap.
Bad mothers, bad fathers, your son is cheating, and the wife is bending her head, working tooth and nail to feed the family. And you family are saying, what has happened that has never happened before?
Yeah, it's like, that's what they said. They said,
not,
so what is the big deal
do not sow
about it?
evil seed. Your girls will reap it if you're not careful.
There's so many big deals about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if we're to be like this person, if we're to be like she's the one doing it, then
What
the family will still gonna be supporting the guy.
Yeah. Right. Look at what she said here. She I'm guessing it's a she. It's 2023. You never assume, right? Only to find out he married me for green card, as I did his communication with other women.
Those are the things that we're talking about.
Foundation, right?
Foundation.
Yeah.
And that is why the Lord will help us as women. May the Lord allow we have this communication has to be ongoing. There are ways to learn from your book to red flags, green flags. The Lord will help us as women that we do not put ourselves like we're desperate.
Yes.
Men can read desperation. We will not find ourselves in that situation.
Amen. Amen. Oh no, he brought me divorce only to find out the father another daughter. Oh, she found out he fathered another daughter with the woman who took him to child support.
It's
Yeah, this one goes back all the way to foundation, but we can't fix the past.
Yeah.
The only thing we can do is right now, starting today, you need to recognize that you're a full, bona fide, beautiful human being.
Yes.
And you have the rest of your life, and you can start learning how to treat yourself, because people treat you how you treat yourself.
yes.
Remember your story in the beginning. Pastor K, after you got to know him, you realize that he's not as soft as you thought. But you're like, he's too gentle for my liking. The reality is that men can smell desperate. If they want to take advantage, they'll take advantage. But for long term, they don't. We think. I always say here, confidence is sexy. If you carry yourself a certain way that you're sure of yourself, I want to be around you for the rest of my life. If you don't do that, I might have like a little leaf away on your head that I want to green card, right? But that's about it. But we only know that's gonna last for so long,
Yeah.
But we're not gonna worry about the past. We're just gonna say, hey, wrong foundation, wrong everything to today. What about today? Right now, you have the rest of your life,
Yes.
and there's still so much more opportunities.
Brush up yourself.
Yes, ma. Please, ma.
Yeah. Brush up yourself as a woman. If that had happened to you, the Lord is going to fix you. You'll be healed. Put yourself together. If there's anything you need to do to improve yourself, improve yourself. Get yourself around people that support you, people that believe in you, and don't give up. Keep praying. If you're still at the marriageable age and you trust God for a new relationship, the Lord is going to make it happen for you.
Absolutely. Yeah. So thanks for being vulnerable, for sharing your story, EC. But those are some of the things that's going on. But you see, the story is kind of extreme. But at a very small level, it happens from time to time. Little disrespect here and there, you know. Engage the conversation like you have respect for yourself.
Yes.
If my wife says something, I was telling somebody yesterday, I said, you call me out of my name. It's not the end of the marriage, but it's the end of this conversation. It doesn't have to be a permanent decision. It's just for now, we're going to go and drink water, take a shower, We're not going to continue, because if you engage that conversation with the same, like you have no self-respect, she's not thinking. Obviously, she's lost control of herself. She's lost control of her emotions. It's only going to get worse, and vice versa.
Yes.
You know, it's the same thing that plays out when you're dealing with somebody paying for child support court. At this point in time, you say, okay, no problem. We're going to back off for now and leave everything in the hands of God.
Yes.
Right? And in due time, he will show you a way, but you have to really stay out of that zone. And here's a testimony. Okay, she said, I'm doing better 1,000%. I don't want him ever. Right?
Shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out to her. So yes, hey, shout out to you two for coming us to bless us here today. We have 12 people watching us live, and we have probably more than 100 that will watch before the end of the night. You know, some people come and go, and they're busy. They're taking care of children. They, you know, like I put it on watch to play. I'll watch it later, and a lot of people are going to be blessed by this session. So now, in terms of what precautions or advice would you offer to couples considering moving to Japa right now? People are borrowing money. They're selling their properties, selling businesses. There was a story that broke out about 2 or 3 weeks ago. There's always more than two sides to the story. There's two sides plus all the people that will try to repeat the story later on. So all the monitoring spirits, you know. But the person that was delivering this story basically said this guy, they promised each other. A guy brought the wife to London, and they decided that he will work, kind of similar to your story. He will work. She will go to school. That was the original plan. But she can work part-time, 20 hours, while he works 40 hours. But then once to start talking about money, the lady will send money. She handles all the money that go back to Nigeria. They have debt to pay in Nigeria, all the money they borrowed. But now she's reported him to the Home Office. They call it Home Office in London. I think they call it what they call it here, Homeland Security. The people that manages the immigration and all that kind of stuff. So she's reported him now, that whatever she reported, and called the police on him, and he's been given time to go back to Nigeria. You know how they tell you, like, you have to leave our land on this so date. And that's the story, the one side of the story that we heard, you know. For me personally, I always naturally yield to not blame the man, but hold him accountable. Like we were saying, foundation. Like, okay, this marriage, how strong was this marriage before they left Nigeria? So even if it was strong, and the devil entered this woman suddenly, the worst case scenario, the devil has entered this woman and she's now evil, and she decided to do evil to you, right? When it started showing up, and she started showing up this behavior, I'm always alluding to, how did you react? Because our reactions are basically actions we are responsible for, without blaming you, just trying to see if we can extract lessons so that you don't move in the same way in the future. That's the angle I naturally yield to. But I also know enough that that's not always the case. They're just some evil people. So that's what happened just a few weeks ago. So a lot of people are borrowing money, selling their businesses, and knowing this and knowing the condition of the government in Nigeria, if you tell an average person, like, of course they want to Japa, we can't judge these people, and of course a lot of them are young couples. A lot of them don't even know what life is yet. Yes. What would be measures, advice that you could give this kind of people today? Anybody can go first.
Yeah, you have to think twice.
Hey, but Pastor K, after Japa, you asked me to be thinking twice. I've thought I want to Japa.
You twice, because you're not one person. You are two.
You're two, right?
Two becomes one, but you're talking about two individual people that became one, right? As a couple.
Yes.
So it's easy for a single person to Japa, like you come here and you're gonna find your level, you find your life, right? But when you're not coming as a couple,
yes.
That's why I say you need to think twice. You need to get yourself educated, and you need to make sure you get counsel from watch my word, note my word, from people that will tell you the truth of how the Western world is and the reality of Western world. Not from people that will sugarcoat it for you and be like, oh, my boy, you know, I be cousin, my boy, everything, because problem by that is not true. You need to be able to be receptive to that, regardless of how bad the situation may be there. Because when you get here, it might even get worse before it gets better.
Some people, it never gets better, especially if you're coming in without papers.
Yeah, exactly. Where you head, because if you're coming without paper, that's even like the worst. That's even like the most challenging one. If you're coming because you don't have no work authorization, you don't have nothing to stay here for. It's like it's so much. That's why I said think twice. You need to be very, very calculate. Like you need to think about it. I'd be like, are we truly ready for this? Because it's better to maybe no honey. It's better to kind of enjoy our ogiati akarawa Nigeria than to come and okay because we want to go and eat burger, and you might not even be able to eat the burger. At the end of the day, you now lose your marriage because of the challenges. Because the challenges are here, straight point blank period. You cannot skip it. You cannot go around.
You won't be able to sustain it.
Yeah. So it's like you have to think about it very well. The same way, the way I will talk to people that are married is different from the same way I'm going to advise somebody that is single. So for a married couple, please think about it very, very well. Make sure you are receptive and make sure you open up your heart. So here, if you, in case you have people that are abroad, US, Canada, America, London, whatever, wherever you want to go. If you have people there that you trust, that will tell you the truth, be like Auntie Ejo, please.
Before you start selling properties and land and businesses,
how it is, let them let you know. Then you now begin to sit down and you now begin to count the cost. Are we really ready for this? Are we caught out for this? Can we do this?
My dear, thank you, sir. I do thank
the
first prayer that we need to pray for those people is that God will allow them to hear the truth that is being told, and that they will be able to process it and understand it.
Because some of them are some of them will even think like, oh, you are enjoying your life. Oh,
Pastor Kemi, can you advise? So I know the advice. So
advice.
It's on Ulomanda.
We advise. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. We advise. And see, we have records for record people. We have records of advising people. Those ones that listen. See, listen. It eventually it's gonna happen. So we have record of those ones that we've advised, and they took to it. We saw the end result. It's a matter of time. Time is a factor.
That's right.
Time is a factor. It's a determining factor. It's all of my expose the affected effect. Eventually. So it's a matter of time. So those ones that we advise that listen, you saw the result. Those ones that we advise that be like, oh, you know what? They don't want us to enjoy the kind of life they're enjoying. They will be like, oh, you know what? We're not listening. They will not go to other people. They will take another advice.
Right.
Right. They now come and face the reality and be like, Kodeshima is software. We weren't told like this.
Can I
don't even know that was going to be like this.
Benny, please, Auntie Sade, I want to hear your thoughts on
for
this.
anyone that has things going on for them in Nigeria. If you really have things going on for you, do not sell whatever you have to relocate to America without a green card. I want to meet you too. Do not sell whatever you have to relocate to any part of this Western world without a valid document to work.
To work at least.
At least.
Because I'll tell you, I'm not accepting anybody. Like, I can still help people. But if you don't have paper to work, if we don't have a 3-month plan.
You can. Oh, you can stay at home.
Without the
not if I know.
It's going to be a body.
I think
we're going to end up stranded, all of us.
Then, for me as a person, God never created me to know how to lie to people. For me, I don't have too many friends. in my corner. Because
Yeah, Auntie Sade, you're the one so I always, you're my auntie, so we can do this.
absolutely.
I I always drag the blunt speakers here. I drag them. I drag like blunt speakers. There's a lot of the ladies here. They are what you might consider straight shooter, blunt speaker. I tell you as it is, right? And then they'll be surprised that I don't want to talk. I want to go to bed at night. Like, oh, I don't want to talk. I want to go to bed because your mouth is lethal weapon, you know. But again, like we spoke to earlier, the personality thing. I'm actually a straight shooter myself, and I had to learn. I am right, but I had to learn some wisdom over time too.
Oh, yes.
Of course.
You know,
Like I said, we cannot finish everything tonight.
Benny.
But when it comes to this Japa thing, especially in
This one, Iyage.
I will tell you the truth. But the decision is yours.
Yes.
The
It's up
decision
to
is
you.
yours. This country, all this Western world, they have a lot of benefit. But the road, the path to get there without documents,
Ha.
I don't know. We, the foreigner, we have enlightened the white man. And we have shown them that our nation is no longer stable. So they
Right.
already know our motive of coming here.
They know.
They have changed the regulations. Things are no longer easy like the way it used to be. So if you jackpot a whole family, I would tell them, why don't you guys seek visiting visa first?
Yeah.
Come and visit.
Come and visit.
Come and visit.
If you have the means, if you have land, business and stuff, secure a visiting visa first.
Secure a visiting visa where you can come in and out, and see for yourself. But just gathering everything that you are selling it, borrowing money, and relocating it here.
Yeah.
Your 20 million or 2 billion. We finish in America
Yeah.
in 6 months.
Pastor K, can you move the camera a little bit so I can see you too at the same time? A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just not.
We can do it like this. This is fine.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Yeah, your 2 million or whatever billion you call. By the time you convert it, it's a chicken change in America. So that whole money
Isn't it 1,100 now?
In fact, we had a family friend who came here. To him, we're talking about 5 years now. When they came, to them, $10,000 was a huge money.
Because that was what they were coming with. Like they thought 10,000 was
10,000.
$10,000.
Time I Paris will bridge more. The two stores.
By the time we found him a basement, because they
No, cover rent. Me no be your madros order in forever.
No, they came. We family of 4.
Family of 4. You know, he didn't come through all the wrecking. They're family friend, but he ratted through my brother.
Got you.
So they already made the arrangement before we even knew. I was even telling my brother then, why did you allow them to go rent house right away like that? My brother, I said, I came with I said, which big money? All this money is the chicken change in America.
It will finish. There's no time.
Yes.
By the time they pay down payments and pay the first rent,
And security deposit, it is half.
And
You
this
eat.
was in Newark, yo.
It was even in Newark.
It was even in
not even in our neighborhood. here.
Even worse.
My husband,
Life in Newark is more expensive. People don't realize that.
my husband could not contain it. My husband had to run, buy them bed, buy them this. We had to. We started running around moving things. So to them, coming from there, when they bring $20,000, to them is that's like 50 million naira. Oh.
Hey.
Turn all that 50 million naira into a chicken change, and then you realize that 2 months you can't find it.
You will finish it on vending machine in your break room at work.
Another thing people need to work on before they get here. You have to flatten your ego.
The ego, especially when it comes to marriage.
And the job that you will first
And the
find.
job. And
The job. You have to be able to just start.
Yes.
It's a leveler. You know, America
America will level you.
It levels
A
everyone.
bank manager. And that is one of the things that gives some men heart attack when they first get here. A woman can quickly shape up and go and do a housekeeping job. But a man who was a bank director, a man who's been controlling 20 people, now you ask him to go and be working and to go and clean somebody's house because you guys want to survive in America.
Yeah.
3 months, the blood pressure will be flying up and down.
Yeah.
Then they don't have health insurance. They cannot go to hospital.
There can't be emergency. Emergency cannot happen.
You know how many people have died?
That's that's the
like
effect,
that here.
Yeah, they'll forget them because they are not documented.
People, they will not even forget them. What we do in the emergency is we stabilize that blood pressure. We discharge you right away.
Oh, because if they are sick, of course.
Yeah, it's what they call is a constitutional right. And
Yes, you have to kind of treat them. They will send you the bill at most.
Yeah, you show up in emergency room for health purpose that is critical. We have to stabilize you. It's a
Right.
constitution.
Oh, so you just stabilize them. You send, okay, bye.
Oh yeah.
Go and see a doctor.
I see your doctor. We will not keep you for 2 days. And if it's terrible that they have to keep you overnight, they will keep taunting you. America has changed. Every day they will come, every shift. Oh, where's your insurance?
But until you know where we're coming from, Nigeria, I'll say it will not be my portion in Jesus' name. I will not have emergency.
Let me tell you a story. One of our senior pastors who were in the house, the wife called the pastor Mrs. They've been praying. Then the man realized, the pastor Sade is kind. Then they are nurses and they know what to pray. Pastor Sade, help me talk to this.
Wait, did you say Pastor Sade? I didn't know you were Pastor Sade.
Yeah, we're both.
I'm so sorry.
No. That's okay.
I know how to pass, but I still should have done the proper honor.
It's okay. I still enjoy my sister Sade. Till Jesus will come, I will remain a sister in the Lord. So
yes, okay, all right.
To bring in the story, the husband's blood pressure is been flying high for weeks. These people were so afraid to go to the emergency room. The old man almost died in the house.
Hey,
they are undocumented, and then they were afraid. People were telling them if you go to emergency room, they might repatriate you.
They will send you. They can't repatriate you from emergency. I don't think so. I think they will, like you said.
Don't have that knowledge.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know. They don't have time like that.
I was the one that now told them, no, they will not repatriate you like that. But then they were now concerned too about the bill. Now ask them, if dying and getting help, which one do you choose?
Exactly.
But a lot of Christians, because they are not knowledgeable, and some of them who are not health knowledgeable, think blood pressure shouldn't kill, but blood pressure will kill you.
Yes, sir. It's everything. That's the blood flow. That's everything.
Will rise to, and you will just shut down your kidney, shut down so many things. But if they don't know, they don't know. They stay in the house and keep taking Tylenol, Tylenol. Head is pounding. So many things happen, but they don't know. But because they are afraid of the bill, you go to the emergency room for 1 day or 3 hours, they send you a bill of 35,000 and 3,500. Maybe you get the money. You have not even found a job. So these are the things all the Japa people need to think about.
Yeah.
And these are the reality that I say to people. It's even dangerous now for some of us, or for those of us here, to have our people in our homes. Some of them already been solving blood pressure, diabetes before they get in, and they don't even know. They show up in America in 1 month, everything is going to show up. And they're in your house. There's a whole lot of conversation we need to see.
Yes, so we're going to talk. So we have one of my faves here. She's one of our biggest supporters. Not to Hafa. Can you unmute?
Hello, hi everyone. Hi, Auntie Sade and Pastor
What's
K.
going on?
Auntie Sade, can you adopt me, please? And be my auntie.
Yes, I will.
Okay, thank you. Everybody say you are hearing. No come and drag Auntie Sade with me now. I'm just putting it. I want to say thank you for coming to share your story with us. Really appreciate it. We've heard so much story, negative stories about nurses coming from Nigeria, all the drama and whatever, but it's always breath of fresh air to hear positive stories, you know? And we also like how vulnerable you guys are, sharing the challenges that you've been through with us and how you've been able to overcome some. Well, I want to also say thank you for your platform because for those who are scared to get married, I mean, watching this, they will see like, you know what? It doesn't hurt to try. You know, there's love is a beautiful thing. Because some people, once they go through, they're like, don't marry her. Marriage is not for the faint-hearted. It is not for the faint-hearted. It is for the intentional people.
Yes,
So,
yeah, absolutely.
yeah, so we are glad that you share your story with us. We're happy to have you and hope to see you on the third year. Um, Another thing I wanted to share when Sade and Pastor Q were talking was about people that, sometimes when they're coming from home and people tell them that, it's not really easy here. I was privileged to be born in the States and my parents went back. So one of our family friends that were born together here went back, came before me. And I was always calling him that, all my documents are ready. I want to come back. He was like, no, there's the recession now. Chill, kinikon. It's not going easy. One of my aunties said, did not go easy. Why did he come back? People just be lying because they don't want you to come. But after I came, oh, Lord of God. So now that Pastor K and I said we're talking about it, I'm like, people would not understand. They'll feel like you don't want them to progress.
Yeah.
And I say, and people sometimes people reach out to me and like, oh, do you know how I can get job under the book under the table if I come here? I'm like, I don't know. And you're looking at me with side eye. I'm like, I didn't have to go through that. I didn't have a reason to go through that. So I don't. I would not understand. I can't relate. Oh, do you know how I can get visa for this? I didn't need visa.
I have no idea.
So I didn't have to worry to go start searching on how people can get visa. It's not my business. The only thing I know is that I can renew my passport, collect it, and be going. That's all. If you want to know about that, I can tell you. So I think people have the challenge of like digesting the truth when it's being dished out to them. You understand what I'm saying? You are asking people to be honest to you, and then when people are honest to you, you be like, oh, I don't think they want me to come because they think that if I come, I want to stay with them.
Right.
I have a friend that
it's not about staying with me.
Yes. We had a friend that came and I was telling him when he came, I told him plenty things. Two things I told him. I said, listen, even if you're staying with an auntie, try and get a job and be contributing. Because America is not a child's play. The only we are lucky not to pay for the air that we breathe, but I feel like we sometimes pay for it through tax too.
Yeah.
So the guy thought I was joking. I said, be careful with girls. So go and watch Maury's show. Don't say I didn't tell you because he won't get shot. No, honestly speaking, he got someone pregnant because the girl, quote unquote, told him that the doctor said she can never be pregnant. So anything that happens, she's fine. They can have one protected. They didn't get to him she was pregnant. He texted me and said, I know you told me. That was his first line. I know you told me. Because, like, I'm going to be blunt to you, but the problem is some people don't know how to digest it. Yeah. But, like you said, before people will travel, like, you have to weigh your options. You don't want to sell everything and start moving. Because when you come and it doesn't work for you, you want to leave. Do you understand what I'm saying? Or you want to go back and continue from where you stopped.
You can't go back. Who are you going to tell? What did you bring? Bread, Abikilo Mua?
See, that's the MOP, that's the problem with ego, honestly speaking. That is the problem with ego. And a lot of people also, when they come, they're like, I can't do security job. My husband was like an executive at his job. When he moved
Nigeria.
It was even it was even a challenge for him to move here. When he moved, he started a security job now. Baba was outside the cold wearing 3 sweaters. Do you understand?
Right. Makes sense.
Right. So, like living in a place where you have people drive you up and down, and then all of a sudden, like, you have to join bus, do this, do that. So it's a lot of challenge that people don't understand. And I just hope that people that come across this video really understand that sometimes when people share with you, they don't mean no harm. And honestly speaking, because of the experience that some people have, when they tell you that, I don't have space, or I can't accommodate you, they're trying to calculate their bill because first you're coming without paper. So if I decide to let you come and stay and become a liability to me, how will I sort it out? Do you understand? America is per head.
That's right.
Yes.
Even if some people, even their father's house, they still contribute to the bill. It's only a lot of us Nigerians that are fortunate that we have our parents that will do everything and say, go and focus in school and I will take care of everything. But kids here, 18 said they'll drive you out. Do you understand? So a lot of people have that challenge. But I'm just praying that a lot of people that will come in contact with this video will just understand that sometimes people don't mean any harm. And sometimes people say, I can't accommodate you too. People are managing their life in America. Somebody's staying in 1 bedroom.
They're still managing their whole lives now.
They're staying in apartment sharing rooms. So they have 4 bedrooms, everybody's taking 1 room. So if I say I can't accommodate you, don't understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
And then people come and tell you that with all those pictures that you are taking, you're in America, you're sharing room. Do you even know what that means? Having a room to yourself is even a privilege.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's really sad, and it's also an eye opener. And I really hope people will learn. But I really want to say thank you for sharing your story. At least so people will have nurses that they own have worked to. Don't come and tell us Japa nurses.
And
Don't
they are
come and tell
everywhere,
us
and there's many of
Exactly.
them. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we don't want to hear anything about Japa nurses brought his wife to, because when your foundation is faulty, that's it for you. If you want to build a house and the foundation is not strong, when Sandy came, it exposed everybody's secret now. When Hurricane Sandy came, a lot of houses went down because there was already issue with their foundation, but they refused to fix it. So Sandy said, "Let me come and show you." So when the storms of marriage come, if the foundation is not strong, it will just throw everything up, and people will just feel like, "Oh, it just happened." The marriage was standing strong. They were doing okay. You don't live in the marriage for you to know if they're okay or not. You don't. So honestly, like, if our advice, I used to say when I saw that video, I was like, if you know you're not treating your wife nice or husband, please don't jump out. Just leave your wedding and just separate and be going your way, because
Just manage your traditional thing jejely in Nigeria, and you'll be fine.
I think another challenge that couples have, some people when they move here, they want to leave they want to do the Western marriage and still want to be traditional people. So let's assume somebody comes, he wants to be like, oh, you know what, I want to work and let my wife work so that we'll chip in and pay the bills. And then when it comes to like doing all that stuff in the house, you're like, it's not my job, it's your job. Bro, you just told me to bring me 50. You know what I'm saying? But if you have that understanding, it doesn't even matter who is doing the work or who is not doing the work. But two of you are already working. Do you understand what I'm saying? In partnership. Yeah. I know we have something I always do with my husband. If somebody has an exam to write or has work or certification or anything, the other person will just focus on every house chores and leave the other person. So your job is only to wake up, work, go and study, and eat. Like, that's your job. As long as you voice that I have this to do in certain time, you are covered. The other person will not be like, oh, I'm doing this thing, you didn't do it. No. Because we know that you have a target that you have to meet and you have to meet it. So honestly speaking, couples, I just pray people that have not found love will find love, because we find love, because love is a very beautiful thing. And people that have been hurt in the past, I pray that they find peace and give themselves chance and grace to be able to fall in love again. Thank you so much, Sam.
Thank you, Natu. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. So
Yes,
now, thank you. Natu, we'll talk soon. So, so now, Auntie Pastor Sade and Pastor K, she just sparked off a question for me. Those that have the wrong foundation, it's obvious they're listening to this right now. And they're like, yeah, I'm in this already. We didn't file divorce yet. We're not there yet. I've considered it a few times. But this is obvious. I'm in the wrong. It's either they think I'm in the wrong marriage or we have the wrong foundation. What would be your advice to them?
It's redeemable.
It's redeemable.
Yeah, it can be redeemed. The redeemable is going to come from the point of now literally reassessing the whole situation and reassessing your personal self and asking yourself a very sincere question like, is this what I really want? Do I really want this? So the foundation was kind of not right, but I haven't been there now for a while. Do I think if I put in effort over a period of time, this thing will work and it's going to be to our benefits? So that's why I said that it's redeemable. You have to ask yourself a very sincere question, because it's going to take work.
Yes.
It's going to take work. It's going to be like, it's going to probably like take a walk to like, you have to, you kind of, I'm trying to use a computer word now. You deprogram to be able to reprogram.
Right. You might have to format the whole drive and reinstall a new operating system.
So you now have to ask yourself, can I do that?
Is it worth it?
Is it worth it? Do I really want this? If you're able to come to be like, yes, I want this, then you will start working on it. You start working on it to be able to make sure that it's going to take work.
So, Auntie Sade, somebody right now, I can hear their spirit. And they're saying, yeah, but what if I'm willing to do that and the other person is not willing to do that?
Except two
Agree.
Agree. They cannot work together.
It takes two to tango.
And from that part of that person who wants to make it work, who wants to see it succeed, since you are the one that God opened your eyes now and said, okay, I'm going to work on myself. I want those things to work. But my partner, my wife or my husband, I said, no, I'm done. I'm not doing it again. You that God has opened your eyes, there's a reason. Why you be the first person that God opened your eyes? If they are Christians, take it to God in prayer. What God cannot do does not exist. He can do all things. If they are not Christian, but you desire, you want to keep the marriage, find somebody who can support you, because sometimes your own strength alone cannot carry you.
Yes.
You need a truthful person, somebody who is loyal to support you. It doesn't hurt. I always say something, my husband, I say, every marriage needs a mentor, truthful mentor, at least two.
The way you just quoted your husband is so beautiful. My husband will say, I go love you.
Thank you.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah. But you're right.
Marriage need at least two good, truthful mentors. We cannot do it by ourselves sometimes. Sometimes your own strength will fail you. You will put so much effort and it will look as if nothing is coming. But you want the marriage. The other party is shaking her. No, you have to go. I'm done. But deep down in that person, maybe he has not really done. He just don't know how to bend his ego or something. So that is when you need a truthful helper. Maybe a sister somewhere, a brother, somebody who is truthful. That you say, support me. Help me talk to my wife. Help me talk to my husband. Pray with me. And God has
is there something I'm doing that can, that you can ask so many questions, but you have to be open to the idea of it's okay to ask questions, to have mentors.
Sometimes it's okay to ask people. I want to shatter that table from where we come from that says, hey, whatever happens in your house, it's a lie sometimes.
You can't.
Hey, don't say whatever goes on in your house out. Everybody.
Don't share it outside. There's context to that. You can't say that in an absolute, and you're now suffering inside, and the other person is not hearing you.
You need one or two person who is truthful. That is why I use that word, truthful. People that are genuine, not fake. And your spirit will bear witness when somebody is fake. So you just need one or two. You don't need a whole lot. Don't be a chatterbox. Don't take
because monitoring spirit to help you destroy it.
Exactly.
Some of them are pastors, just so you know. There are two pastors in front of me, so I can say it.
Don't give all your story to everybody just because there's crisis now, whatever. No. You so desire it. If you yourself, you have to be a participant. Sometimes you have to break your ego. If it's the man and the wife want it.
Yeah.
You wife, you will kneel down. You will beg, my husband, forgive me. I made mistake. I know we can fix it. Sometimes you have to own the wrong that you did not do.
That's the pride thing you're speaking to there.
Yeah, you have to own
that is what.
Yes,
that's
you have
one
to
of the
own
things that people.
You have to own the wrong you did not do.
So that's one of the things that people find it so hard to do. It's like you said something when we started. All these young men and probably literally young ladies they are coming up now. They're not like they breathe, like the way they're being brought up. They're not being talked about. Nobody talks about like sacrifice. Nobody talks about like compromise in marriage. It's like they're not listening. They're not, when they're watching some. It's like, and it all comes from like social media, like
they are teaching themselves, the blind leading the blind.
So it's like when you're talking about marriage, they're not talking about compromise. Like it's a give and take. You have to compromise. Compromise does not make you less of who you are. It doesn't make you like you are mumu or you are like you don't know what you're doing. but it's a compromise because you.
It's actually power. We call it power here.
Yeah.
It's actually it's power. It's power. It's engaging your power. When weak people have a hard time saying this is a temporary give that I have to do because I'm going to receive. They have a hard time seeing. They don't have the foresight. They just worry about how they feel now, right? If I don't feel like this is romance right now, to hell with it. That's that. Like you said it earlier. You call them. What did you call them? The generation. The drive-through, right? Fast food generation. Give it to me right now, right now. If it's not working now, it's not.
But
It's not real.
we all realize whatever is motivating you, if you just want to give it up so quick, a lot of times, if care is not taken, you might not have it together again for the rest of your life.
Right, right.
So it's not a cause. Because whatever you refuse to run up and fix at one time, it will catch up with you again in the future.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Oh,
It needs to be long. It's a good long. You have to play the long game. Yeah. So some people are built to just taking. When you were saying give and take earlier, they know me here. You know, some of our followers here. They know that I push against give and take, and here's why. I know exactly what you mean. What you're talking about is two-way. You give to receive. That's what you're talking about. You know, but just like we were saying earlier, a lot of people have taken the same words that we say, right? And it's become what this young lady is saying right now, which is they will literally be saying to you is give and take, but they're actually the one doing most of the taking. At least that's how she feels. Right? She feels like she's drained. You are doing most of it, but it's give and take. Hey, it's give and take. We're not give now. You know, you to give. So I always focus on the giving aspect of things. And people will now ask me and say, what if I'm the only one giving all the time and the other person said, give to yourself? But you have to focus on giving because life is in seasons. You sow to reap. You kind of already know that you will reap. You protect it, which is everything we're talking about right now. You sow, you protect. Sometimes the enemy will come and devour and eat up your, but you will learn from it. But you protect it. The sun will shine on it. There's all of these different things that's going on that makes it, but it's the same principle at the end of the day. So it still comes back to give and take, but a lot of people just focus on the take, and they call it it's time for you to give back. But actually, they just have the attitude, the personality. They are draining the other person essentially. They are draining that person. So what would you say to that? I want to give Pastor K the opportunity to add some context to that because I know what he meant.
Oh, the aspect of the give and take.
Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. What I'm saying is, let me try to balance it up here. Definitely, if you are the one that is give and take, we're not talking like literally financial here, really.
Right.
How people understand the concept of where we're coming from, as in give and take. It's cut across every aspect of our lives.
Our experience, everything.
Yeah. So it's like when we're in a relationship together, I have to be able to give up. Like what
you're talking about the sacrifice. You're talking about the actual give of it.
Yeah, it's the sacrifice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I've been a man. This part of the give and take. I've been a man that since I was little, since I know myself to be a man, right before I got married, I've always had the last say.
Right. You were the man of the house.
I've always had the final say. Like I've always seen myself like whatever that I say is usually like the last, right?
Right.
You now get married.
To Pastor Sade.
Do you understand what I'm saying? When you not get married.
How did that work out?
No, I'm going somewhere. When you not get married, that's not going to work.
All the time.
All the time.
No, all the time.
You see where I'm coming from the give and take.
Right.
It's going to be your job as the man to be able to be like, okay, I'm married now.
Right.
I'm a married man.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, I wasn't married. In as much as we have like, okay, relationship, but it wasn't a married relationship then. Right? But now this is one that I want it to last. So if I'm gonna be the one that whatever that I say, no, the woman that you married have sense. You got something upstairs.
Yep.
You have an idea.
Yep.
So it's better to let us also have an input.
Yeah, precisely what you probably were attracted to, the fact that she has sense.
So there you go. You understand what I'm saying? That's enough space to offer. So don't make it seem like, okay, whatever that I say is God is going to be the final. The problem is going to start right there.
Right.
That's the sacrifice and the give and take.
That's the sacrifice. So in that moment, in that short-term game, you might have to give up some for the long-term benefit of that.
Yeah, for the benefit of that, like, okay, we're moving along. We're on a journey together. We're moving along. For this journey to go far, to last, I'm not gonna have the final say all the time.
Yes.
She's gonna have an input. The input of like,
now I have confession, Sha.
Yeah.
Brake atanti Sade Nisin. Your pastor your krombe. Okay. My wife and I have always been not the conventional typical marriage where somebody is crying about traditionality. We've always questioned the norms. Is who I've been, like you mentioned earlier on. I have to, like, I'm just not gonna flow because it sounds good from the scripture. I need you to tell me a little bit more, especially as it relates to our experience as human beings. So you were the first. I'm going to be honest with you. You were the first ever. You might not realize this. That will outrightly, particularly Auntie Sade, that will outrightly say she makes the move on you when it comes to sex. And the exact words she used, the exact words, like, she just be like, Shewa.
Yeah, you remember that slide?
Like, yo, I don't know where you do it. We don't care. But the idea that a couple, because you're much, where I'm 44 now, so you're quite a gap from us, and we being a young couple like that, it was refreshing to hear a couple be able to open up in that manner and say, no, we don't play like that. Like, when it's time, like, just say shewa. And then you see now they're coming out of the woodworks to pass or a shewa. Sherry won't sing. Right. So now there's a 4-point focus that we focus on here. You exude it. Me or pumping you or anything like that. This is just what I've experienced knowing you for 20 plus years. Friendship. As a matter of fact, you might not even realize it. I've seen you two in a disagreement before, right? And what that spelled out to me was a disagreement that two friends will have, and it was in passing. It was something about in lolly or something. Church was ending, something like that, something like a real passing. But you just know that these two, something comes between these two until we chop the person's head off, and not in a bad way, as in he feels it too, right? And then having that experience, because obviously we feel comfortable enough to come and see you at home, and then expectations. We talk about management of expectations here a lot. A lot of people have unrealistic expectations nowadays. They literally expect their spouse to be God. They don't admit it. I'm not expecting them to admit it, but their behavior shows it. It's like, Sheko Baba, you should have known better. Like, okay, he didn't know any better. What are you gonna do? Do you value marriage? Right? The question now comes to play. And then we just mentioned pride and ego. Sometimes, a lot of times, you have to just chill, relax. Especially men. Especially now, men are talking about. They are talking about men are traditional. It's supposed to be traditional. Our mothers back, and me, I don't have that experience. My parents, they are 70 and 71 right now. They never did our traditional nonsense. When my mom calls my mother, she literally say bosse. That's my father's name. She just slap like that. It's either bosse or daddy. I heard you call Pastor K daddy earlier. The Indomie generation might say.
She got so many names anyway.
She has different names. Exactly. So my father actually is less likely these days to call my mom. My mom's name is Rhoda. But I grew up seeing them call each other name, and to me that spells friendship. So this focus point is coming from seeing many examples the way I was raised, what worked for me and my wife, and all the rules. It's not like we don't have rules. It's not like we don't have foundation. The foundation was built because of the way I was raised and many, many things that we've seen in the past, So I just wanted to confess that to you, that it's refreshing. I don't know if you know how scarce it is, that there are literally couples that don't talk to each other. We're just talking about, they don't talk to each other for months. They live in the same house, but the traditional thing, they know the wife is going to come home and she's not going anywhere anyway, at you at the end of the day, like, okay, go and eat, because she cook for everybody else anyway, So I wanted to know, especially that number one, how much does friendship plays a role? Because somebody came to me in church one day. So whenever I finish playing keyboard, we're music people, right?
Yeah.
Whenever I finish playing keyboard, I would just carry my load. Jejely, I'll go and sit with my wife. It's not something I thought about,
It's just natural.
It's just something I do. And one bros came to us like, come on, Gia, I was like, can I say, boy? Oh, Gia, me love it about. But this is a mindset, How much does friendship play a role for you, or plays a role at this point? I'm not allowing anybody to say, just 24 years. I want to be 27. 27. See, anybody do I don't care about tomorrow. If you made it to 2 days, I want to hear what you know about marriage that allowed you to make it to 2 days. It's not even about the number. It's about you made it to today, For me personally, it's a big deal. But I want to hear you, both of you, how much has friendship played a role? That's going to be my last question for today. Unless anybody else have any questions, then I want to talk about the vision that Auntie has.
Yeah, friendship. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Friendship really played a lot of role, really. Because don't forget, it's like when she first started, if you remember, she said, we were friends. Actually, we were friends for like about 4 years before we even started like the love relationship.
To actually date. You were friends for 4 years.
4 years, just friends, like no strings attached. Like we're just very close friends. And we visit, we see each other, we are going to visit about. We just talk. We ain't talking. There's no feelings of like for a long time, like so we're very friends. We're very good friends. In fact, along that friendship time, I got to know who my friend is, and she got.
You got to know her.
I got to know her. I got to know her. Like, okay, this is who we are. Even to the point that, our mom will be report whatever she does, because she knows we're friends. She will report her. You better talk to your friend.
Talk to your friend.
Like,
but she probably knew. She knew.
She knew that we're friends. So
but she knew more. She knew that today we exist. But go ahead.
Probably, but that's even a story for another time. It wasn't easy. So it's like, so I got to know her. I'm like, even sometimes I got to a point, I'm just like, even we got to, during our friendship time, we got to argue because I was trying to kind of tell her what mommy told me, and just to kind of friends her. She just kind of went up. He's like, once from nowhere it comes to my mind. From nowhere it just came to my money. I don't even I can't even marry somebody like you. She just said like, "Let me go like somebody like you too." Like,
Loriro.
Here we are now, right? Here we are.
Yeah.
So it's like, so we're very good friends. Like we're friends up till now. Like we're just friends. We joke, like we
banter.
Right now we joke.
Gossip about everybody else. Yeah, Papa.
We talk. We have friendship to the point that up to now our friendship is still the fact that my wife works. She works afternoon till late. Sometimes she'll come back like 12 p.m., 12 a.m., 1 p.m., and 1 a.m. I will 2 a.m., but I will wait for her. We will talk. If I don't have to go early
anywhere in the morning, you're right.
We'll talk downstairs. I'm a so man. Continue looking. We'll go upstairs. We'll go to our bed. She will take a shower. She'll come to the bed. We'll start talking again. But okay, we'll get Now look at them. I go marry lot of you. Mark, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I know. That's awesome.
So the so the friendship.
You to sleep. Who's gonna sleep first? Hey, at 24 years.
That's what we tell people. We tell young couple, we tell young men and women. Is that you guys have to befriend yourself first. You have to be friends. You have to be able to have this moment of like, you have friends, because at the end of the day, one way or the other, by God's grace, our kids are grown. Yeah. Very soon, they're gonna be gone.
Yeah, you are. You're already there now.
Yeah, our daughter is 23.
Your last is 19.
We have 20. The one that's gonna be 21, and we have another one 18. Then 20. Yeah. We have 23, 20.
So imagine they are gone, and then you guys cannot talk.
Yeah, there you go.
How? So that's the tough life to live.
Hey, just come and be going. We're going on the boat right now.
We're already rehearsing. Like we have our time.
Mommy, our voice is like, no, it's not that deep.
We have our time that we talk, so we don't even wait for them. The only time you see them downstairs is that we want to have the family time together, or want to pray, or be on Friday John. Otherwise, they're all in their rooms.
Right, they hibernate into their own little corner on their phone, probably somewhere.
We already built a friendship that we know that after they're gone, like we're still gonna have something going on.
Let me chip this in.
Please, invent friendship again for your own version.
We never had that typical husband and wife.
Yeah, mommy, daddy. That's why she said daddy. We've always been.
Right.
And you know what?
Do you know that up till now, I still call, just like what you said, I still call my wife by name.
I hope so.
I know our love name is Ifemi, right?
Oh, that is so nice.
She'll call Ifemi. Sometimes she will call me Aremu. She will call me,
Auntie Sade, she lover boy ni Pasoke.
Lover boy, love
very smooth operator.
Smooth operator.
But I got jokes, so I got jokes. So
listen, we're going to do it again. Absolutely. Auntie Sade, so do you have anything you want to add on to that friendship piece?
Yes. Friendship affected me when we just got married. I couldn't transit to half of, we are just friends now, to be husband and wife.
Right.
So when we will not be like, but you are my friend now. Are you not my friend? When we were dating, you never, she come and buy me sorrow for one day.
And now you now shut down.
So he could not go to sleep.
Right. Oh.
We were two lovebirds. We had to see. Friday eat to Shomolu wasn't too far. If we come from work, if we eat dinner in our house, Mama, I will text in the motor. I'm a person. Mama, see your coming. See boss. Mama, see me father.
Wow.
That was the love life we had.
So the shock you will receive the first time you've like as if it's just enter this thing. This I have to sleep with this person. Okay, I don't want to talk. Okay, no. The shock from going from that to this.
What about Mr.
Yeah, we had the first experience after marriage. My wife, we had an argument in the night. After we came up from Anna, we had an argument. We're sleeping. From my sleep. No, she didn't wake me up. From my sleep, I was hearing like somebody was sobbing. From the sleep, I now woke up. I turned to the side, and I saw her, she's sitting down. She was crying. What happened to you? She said, "If you know this is back, take
me back to my father's house."
I'm like, what happened? What did I do? She not tell me. I said, "Oh, I'm sorry." I didn't know that this was a big deal for you. What was it? Whatever happened then was a big deal for her.
It is.
So those are the life shock of the experience. I'm like,
Auntie Sade, I had the same issue. For me, it's a friendship thing, and it's no surprise that I put the focus on it because I've seen it. It works for me, and majority of the marriages that I see work, they have it. The people that question the idea of friendship are people that have collected premium breakfast. Want to break heart in one. I don't know, man. So
quickly coming. Do you know that talking about this friendship?
Uh-huh.
My wife, you know what? We're just talking about it yesterday. Do you realize that people that have like these high school lovers
Uh-huh.
to marry, you know, they last longer?
It makes sense. That's why school was on top of that list earlier. School was on top of that list earlier.
Friendship.
The friendship.
On top of nothing, like, you know, very innocent. You know how you have young teenager relationships.
Yes, there was no string attached. That's why the expectations were, you know.
It's like you find some of them that I know some of them that are not even believers.
Yes,
A
yes.
very good example is this guy, LeBron James.
Yeah, yeah. Same thing. LeBron
James, like, I see this guy love his family like nothing.
The only downside to it that people are scared of is something that Auntie alluded to earlier that I struggle with. There is friendship. I love the friendship. But when it's time for me to treat her like the lover, we have the lover, homies, and friend thing, right? When it's time for me to treat her like the lover, meaning, well, it's not as simple now. We're not just going to be friends and I expect her to understand. She expects me to treat her like a lady. She expects me to be a little bit softer. To treat her like my lover, right? She wants the Prince Charming thinking a little bit, right?
Evolving comes in.
I want you to.
That's where the evolving comes in.
You have to evolve. You have to evolve.
You see, friendship, you know, there's a downside to it. Sometimes we not forget to remind ourselves, you know, I love you.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And you didn't have to do that when the friendship was just the friendship thing. You kind of assume they know. At least they know, it's just friendship, no string attached.
But you really need to say it all the time.
Yes.
We need to remind ourselves about love.
Yes, especially earlier on when it's not it's proven this pattern. You just for sure that is there. Because even me myself, like again, like I said, it was like when I realized that I needed to. I was traveling. I used to work for FedEx. Be Aronti. Long time ago. So any?
I said we remember.
Remember, yeah. So I was going to transit from being a courier. I did the courier thing when I was in college. I was going to transit to, now you have an engineering degree, master's degree. So apply for job. So there's a potential prospect I was potentially going to get. And the position was in Memphis because FedEx headquarters is in Memphis. So as I was talking about it, you know, we've been spending a lot of time together. My wife and I dated for 3 years before we got married. You were at our wedding. I always forget. I was supposed to pull the video of Pastor K singing at my wedding. I forgot when Nero was here. Nero was also, he's Pastor Nero now. You know, was also in my train. You know, so I now told her the possibility that I might have to take a position in Memphis. But to find out quick, it's just not friendship. Where I can't just play the friendship thing. You're like little shit. What happened? Why are you crying? Because she was crying and she could not hold herself together, just because of the possibility that I might have to move to Memphis. You know, but there's a lot to that. You know, it's the friendship. It's now I have to be the lover. I have to not. It's not that deep. She's just. Obviously emotions and all that kind of stuff, we have to be able to manage that, but at the very core of it, we have to know that these are pillars that hold us together when everything else fail. And this is some reasons why people sometimes will say love is not enough. I was like, that's part of love. You can't remove that from love, you know. But I want to give because Auntie Sade and I were talking a little bit about her vision in the beginning. I want her to share a little bit more with us because I want to our support once that time is live to continue this big conversation. Can you tell us more about your vision with regards to your ministry?
Amen. 2 minutes, okay? Because I can speak as God gives me grace. That's the vision, is to be able to reinforce to young people that marriage works.
That marriage works.
It does. Mm-hmm. We place the God's way. Because marriage is ordained of God. So, like I mentioned before earlier, we cannot take marriage away. We cannot do marriage without God's character, God's value in it. Even the unbelievers, if we look at the core values that keep their marriage going, we can trace it back to the Word of God. That says, love others like yourself. So for us, for us to work together, I have to be able to love that person like myself. And if I love, I don't hurt myself. If I don't really have a psychotic problem.
So it's not selflessness at the detriment of yourself.
Yes. So my vision is to be able to help young people, both male and female, to redeem the institution of marriage. Because my heart bleeds every time I hear a divorce, a divorce, a divorce, a divorce. That it's like I'm afraid that what kind of nation or the world we are building for we to see our world continue to progress and be successful, we need the home to be together.
Right.
So a home that is divided against itself cannot work. And who are the pillars of the home? The woman and the man.
The parents.
So my vision is specifically towards redeeming the home front. But the mistake that was made in the past generation, I don't want it to exist again. So let's start grooming the girls, the boys, the ladies, and the men. Let's groom them. Women, a lot of women, most of this conversation, a lot of women in the past have people to speak to them, mentors. I want us to begin to mentor. This is a part of my vision. To mentor
others that want the same thing that we have.
Yes. Before they get into it, let's coach them. Let's mentor them. And we'll still be there with them. So groom the girls. What are the values that you need to bring along? What are the things? What are the things you need to have? And the men too. In the past, nobody was speaking to the men. Women had so many bodies to speak to them.
Right.
But nobody was speaking to men. So that was why when we had
and that's a recipe for disaster.
Oh, yeah. Majority of the time,
a lot of things were said to the women.
Women.
Respect the man. Cook for him. Feed him.
That's not sustainable.
It's not. And that is why we see it in this generation. In the past, in the years of our parents, in the generation of our parents, a lot of them stayed in that relationship. Maybe because they had no job. They had nothing. So the man became a tyrant instead of being a lover.
Yeah.
So, yes.
And that can, and we're, as we move forward into the future, that's clearly not going to work.
Yeah. So I want to be able to, I want us to be speaking to both. Both of them. So the singles and the ones that are married. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy when you said nation building. That's our number 4 here. That's part of the purpose of family, because either you know it or not.
Yeah, I see a lot of things. Personal growth. Personal development.
Personal development. That's where it starts from.
Yeah, you cannot walk into a marriage empty-headed.
Yeah, you would drain the other you would drain the whole thing.
So many things, my vision, personal growth. And the generation has passed.
Right.
Now you're walking into marriage, nothing. I want to be able to begin to prescribe books. You got to know yourself before you go into a relationship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You have to know your values. Now your accolades. You're a professional nurse.
Yeah.
You're in doctorate.
Yes.
Uncle was telling me a little bit about psychology. Can you tell us a little bit more about what your accolades are? Because it's not just you're not gonna be talking out of nowhere. You're a pastor, but you're also educated with regards to what we know from a scientific standpoint with this stuff. Can you tell us more about your credentials?
I am an RN BSN. I am a medical nurse, psychiatric professional. I'm a coach by the grace of God. I'm a psychologist. So I have all this attitude.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not like somebody that's just coming out of nowhere to like us. No, we bring experience.
Wellness coach. I'm a health and wellness coach. Yeah.
Health and wellness coach. So the reason why I wanted to highlight that is that I'm a coach here.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of my time creating content for this, pushing out a lot of content around this topic, and writing books. But I also know the value of some of the credentials from formal schools. So I'm very appreciative when I have people like you in my corner, right, that can add that context to it.
Well, I'm in a doctorate program right now.
In doctorate program right now. So we're going to be talking, and of course your own platform very soon by the grace of God. We're going to be working on that, But he said this is epic, exactly what Indomie generation need. Yeah, many like I don't believe in selling marriage, and man no agidi money coconut head small. So I don't like the idea of somebody trying to get me to sell them marriage. Like, if I have to sell you marriage, don't go into marriage. Please stay away from marriage. If I have to sell you marriage, please stay away from marriage. But the truth is that some people have questions. Some people have real concerns. Some people have they've come out of a family that was very toxic.
Yeah.
And they want to. So I might change my mind to start selling marriage, to not. Because before, we don't want to marry. Kiniko, like marriage is a scam. Kiniko, this is what I'll play for them. I just like. That's what I play for them. I don't have time for that. I'm not selling you marriage if you don't want marriage, but I might change my mind because I think it might be a little bit dangerous. Some people actually want to ask questions, just like some of our brothers too. They had real concerns. They feel like women are throwing in the towel too soon or anything like that. Sometimes I could just listen to them and say, hey, this is the game, So I'll consider changing my mind. Just because of Auntie Sade, I might change.
There's nothing wrong in doing that because you have a substance. You have evidence. So you keep doing what you do, right? Because you know what, you're not gonna be able to change everybody's mind. But whatever you're selling, you have evidence. Evidence based. Your goods, your product have evidence based. Yes. Keep selling it.
Yeah.
It's not everyone that's gonna buy.
We're not gonna stop
definitely
selling marriage.
Just sell it.
We won't stop selling. You should sell marriage, Abby.
We have to sell it. You're an evidence. You're a product.
We have to sell it.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was just thinking, so you are funny. If I have to because sometimes they come to our page and they say, these ones, they are probably fighting inside of the house. They are doing like that.
It's because a lot of people have wrong prescription.
Right.
If you don't sell marriage, we will have a disastrous world.
Yes.
Every child, you and I, came from a home, and in any home that is dysfunctional, if God does not help us, we will have dysfunctional children, dysfunctional community, dysfunctional world.
Yeah.
So you and I too, we will be in danger.
Yes, all of us will collect.
You don't have a different word, right? It's the same word.
So the person that came from a dysfunctional experiences affect you, will affect me.
Yes.
Somewhere, somehow. We affect your children. We affect a church. We affect everywhere. So we need to continue to sell marriage. We need to begin. We that know the truth. The Bible said they that know the truth they know will set them free. And we that know the truth, we cannot be quiet. We will continue to sell the truth. Marriage works. He can walk, but it takes both of us. And that is why you and I need to get up and begin to groom men, boys, children, young boys from your corner. I begin to groom girls from my corner until we get there. And our world will start changing. Our community will start changing. Our schools will start changing. Our surroundings will start changing. We want to change the narrative.
Yes.
We don't want to succumb to the devil because marriage was not ordained by the devil. It was ordained by God. The devil came in the midnight hour and sowed evil seed because we men went to sleep. We are not conscious. And the devil knows that to attack the world, we need to attack the man and the woman. The minute I can attack both of you,
that's it. And especially the head. He goes for the head.
Exactly. So there will be no community. So let's start selling the marriage. Yes, it can work. With a little bit more patience, with a little bit more endurance, perseverance. I'm not going to win all the battle all the time. I'm not going to be the one to talk all the time. I need to bite my tongue somewhere. I need to submit a little bit. I need to pray. It will work.
All right. So everybody, let it be known here that Auntie Sade sold me 85% all the way through. You know, my lifestyle already kind of sell it. It's just my ego is getting triggered when somebody started to act like I should sell it, like you know. But anyway, 85% I'm sold. By the time we come back next time, I might just be all in and start telling like everybody, Japa and Ruku, sit there. Marriage is the way to go. Marriage is the way to go. You know, but where I'm coming, yes, sir.
Sometimes you'll be surprised. You think somebody is not even buying what you're selling. Somebody is buying it.
Yes.
No, we know.
Sometimes somebody will come out like macho. You know, sometimes you come out, you say something that you don't even mean. Sometimes.
Absolutely, we all do.
At the end of the day, you go back and be like, you know what he's saying is it makes a lot of sense. There's sense in it, but the issue and the feel like okay, just because of what they've been encumbered, like surrounded,
everything they've been hearing before now.
Them in there now. But trust me, the more you sow it, the more you keep. It's like a seed. You just keep spreading it out.
Right. Just focus on sowing seeds. Yes.
We don't know which one is going to germinate, which one is going to grow.
Foundation has affected some people. They never saw
any good example.
Model.
Yeah.
You didn't see no good model in front of them. So they think that's how it's supposed to be. My mother and my father never stayed together. Why should I be staying in marriage? It doesn't matter. Women is all for money.
The social media now added to it.
Yes, blown it out of proportion.
Social media. I tell a lot of young people,
you blew it up.
Do not put your marriage on social media.
You blew it up.
It's not every picture.
It's not every picture. Somebody said, they only show us the highlights. Monitor Lenko, I should show you the low light.
Don't even pattern your life.
Yes, don't pattern your life after social media is
it's so much.
We all package come to social media.
It's a package.
Nobody just show up on social media the way they wake up from their bed.
It's package.
I'm looking at your picture behind your head now, Auntie Sade. That picture is meant to be a picture. Duh. That's why it's packaged.
Yeah.
Right? Like, do I need to? That's why I don't. That's one reason why I take it like it's like it's a little banter, but a little taking offense. Like, I'm not selling you marriage. Never mind marriage for a second. You as a person, right? If you have enough value, somebody want to scoop you up and make you a wife and husband.
Yes.
That's just the way it works. And if you have enough of those options, that will make you feel a sense of validation, significance, and you will consider it. Let's talk about everything else, because it's not the fault of marriage. Let's talk about everything else that's going on with you.
Exactly.
So that's actually what I was indirectly doing. As like, let's forget about this marriage stuff. Let's talk about you.
Yes. Individual.
You as an individual, right? Why is it that nobody is trying to own you for the rest of your life? Not own in a toxic way, but as like, I want to be a part of this person's life. Why is that not happening? And if that has happened and it's been toxic, what is it about you that's attracting this thing? Right? It's not your fault, but let's assess that. Let's talk about the way you carry yourself.
That is all we're going to talk in singles and marriage. That is all that will be spoken about in singles and marriage.
Singles and married. Okay. All right. We'll be talking, Auntie Emari. I got you. Yeah.
Real issues.
Real life examples, case by case by case.
Okay, sis, we're going to be talking about it live, and we're going to give you opportunity. Anyone that want to meet us in person, anyone who have a one-on-one with us virtually, that will help you, starting from you as an individual person, even before relationship. This is
right.
Everything conversation.
Right. That's awesome. Pastor K, you want to leave us with a word?
Love is sweet.
Love is beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's sweet. You know, it takes it takes work. So you work it. You know, you work it. So it's not like, oh, I'm just gonna work it. So it's gonna take work. You work it. So the more work that you put in, then the more output that you get. So
garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah, but it's doable. It's doable.
Absolutely.
You're not gonna find.
And of course, if we're enjoying our marriage, we're not coming on social media to come and call out our husbands as evil. So So we're not doing that because we're clearly enjoying it.
Yeah.
So if you see people like Auntie Sade, Pastor K, my wife and I, and we're trying to say, hey, let's take out of our time to share the upside of this, pay attention, share it, hit the like button.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
thank you so much, Pastor K, at Pastor Shadi. I appreciate you. This was supposed to be 2 hours,
Okay, I know.
but I
Almost 3
cheated.
hours. Yeah, I was looking at the time too.
You didn't look at the time.
So it just now, I'm like, oh, it's almost it's 2 hours 50 minutes. Already.
We're 2 hours 49 minutes.
49 minutes, yeah.
Yes. So it's something that I have to like 2 hours, you know, because we enjoy the conversation, and it's not often that you find people that are enjoying sharing out of the abundance that what we can bring. But I appreciate both of you. Hang out for a second. Let me just end the show for everybody. Everybody say thank you to Pastor K and Pastor Sade. If you're watching this later as a replay, please make sure you leave a thank you in the comment area. #thank you, #replay gang. Okay, I appreciate all of you, and hold on. Thank you guys so much. This was awesome. It's not like I didn't expect it, but it's above and beyond. Okay, so hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. They say thank you. Everybody say thank you. Say we don't mind the 3 hours, Ojare. It was worth it. Awesome. Natu, I appreciate you, Natu. D Love. Isi Oni, I appreciate you. Gigi, I saw you came out of nowhere right there. She said thanks for sharing your guests with us. This has been awesome. That's awesome. Please help us share it. Thank you. I appreciate all of you. All right. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. Hit the like button, share, subscribe on your way out. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes, killing time. I find a beautiful girl.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.